Going live. Just let me get the title card away, and here we go. And just for the sound recording, 3, 2, 1.
One.
Why do you do that? That makes it harder.
It needs to be synchronized among all people, then it makes it easier.
Clap and a half.
Yeah, but Craig records you all on the same time code.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but I think our ones were synced up. So just in case everything goes wonky, I think the one can be used as a syncing point.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah.
So then.
Inside baseball.
When we last left our heroes, the evil tree blights tried to infest Zabornik. After some wild fumbling and some severe damage done to the poor turtle, they were able to help her get free. Everyone has settled back down to rest, except for Irina, Ez, and Haragah. Unfortunately, we do not have a dentist this week, so Ez will have drifted off because of reasons. Oh no, wait, she can't because she has that damn mystic thing. Damn it! Right.
Yes.
She's reading a very good novel.
Yeah. So then, let's get you all into the scene. Diddly-loo, diddly-loo, diddly-loo.
Oh, I'm trying to think of make like a Skyrim reference with like the lusty Angolian maid.
Now you're thinking of Oscar. Think of a half-orc named Oscar.
Make it like werewolf themed. Oh, or no, what's the? There's the erotic story in Skyrim about the Kashyyyk.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was referring to someone else.
I have no idea what you mean. But I do like it.
Okay then. So, Zabornik, something I forgot to do last time there. Could you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay, hold on.
Didn't she fall unconscious at the end? Someone?
She did.
Oh wait,
This is for something
and then
else.
she recovered.
Okay, you'll be fine.
Woo!
The sap.
It wasn't so much the sap, it was something else. But
Ooh.
that would be spoiling, wouldn't it?
No.
Nothing ever.
It's almost like someone different has emerged all of a sudden. Out of
Alright then.
his.
So, Icy, Reister, Zabornik, and Elaine, as well as Esmeralda, are asleep. Haragah, as you sit at the campfire, you notice that Irina is kind of fidgeting and keeps glancing off into the trees.
Haragah would get up and approach and say to Irina, "You sense something."
You could say that, yes.
Can I try to see if I can sense it too, while asking her, "What do you sense?"
If you'd like to roll a perception check.
Yes, I would. Bring it up.
There you go. You look off in the direction she's looking, and you have to squint your eyes, but you're able to see the slight movement of a familiar shape. It looks like she has her eyes on a deer in the distance.
You want to hunt?
It is a little embarrassing, but yes.
I want to hunt too.
Well, to be honest, I would like to run off, but we are kind of looking after the others.
You hunt. I stand guard.
She looks around. Are you sure?
I stand guard. You hunt.
Roll persuasion.
Please. Oh, thank Christ.
That's Let me do something for Ez real quick. Okay. So Ez stands and walks around. It helps if I'm on the right screen too. She pats Haragah on the shoulder as she walked past you and says, that might be a good idea. Rena again kind of looks around at the others. Right.
Haragah just kind of waves her hands like hunt. Doesn't say it, just kind of waves her hands like, mm-hmm.
Let's just go. All right. As they walk into the forest, you notice Esmeralda gets down on all fours. Not Esmeralda, bloody hell. Ez gets down on all fours and transforms into her wolfen form, and they both run off into the forest.
This is good.
Surprised you let her, to be honest. Okay.
Don't be afraid of the wolf who howls. Be afraid of the wolf who smiles.
Ooh.
Did you say that aloud, or?
Yes, that was in character.
Questions, how loud?
Yep. I hear it.
Wright's sleeping, so he wouldn't intentionally listen for it, so...
You would be conscious of someone speaking nearby you, but you wouldn't be conscious enough to realize what they're saying. Okay. So Elaine, you exit the tent and realize that 2 members of your party are missing.
Haragah. Irina walks with Ez, doesn't she?
Yes.
Good.
Wait. No, wait. I just realized something. That's important. Sorry. Who?
The beasts walk together. Hunt together.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what happened to that. No, that one's okay. The other one that's on the couch is okay.
Good.
I see you're not muted.
Yes, I realized that.
Raven-haired beast isn't safe alone. Should always be with others.
We protect the beasts.
We do.
They go together.
That's good.
You said names. Say
Yes.
the names again.
Raven-haired beast is named Irina. Red-haired beast is named Ez.
You say the names Irina and Ez.
Yes.
I understand. And your name is...
The name I was given is Elaine.
That is the name you like?
Yes.
Good.
My
And the
father's... The elder is named Zabornak.
I still call her Elder.
It shows great respect.
And the child?
He is named Reister.
Yes, thank you.
And the scaled one is Icewind.
Icewind. And Esmeralda.
She's
Gesturing.
she's not of our group, but she is friend. But watch her carefully.
She dies when she tries to hurt the beasts.
Definitely.
Thank you. You say these names. It's good. Thank you.
I'm glad I can help.
Haragah crosses her arms and goes quiet again, looking out into the woods. I stand guard. And then she says that at the end. And then she goes quiet.
Then he's just kind of staring at the fire and trying not to think of what he was thinking about in his sleep.
Excuse me.
Okay. So unless there's anything else she wants to do for this evening, we'll say day starts to come in. As the sun starts to come up over the trees, you notice these two sheepishly coming out of the woods.
Fancy a midnight snack?
Ez just has the biggest shit-eating grin on her face, while Irina just looks really embarrassed.
Haragah looks right over as they come up and is still like standing guard and says, "Good hunt," and nods like, "Don't be embarrassed." Like, why are you embarrassed? You know, like she's like seems a little puzzled by it. It's like, "Good hunt."
What's the commotion?
Ez holds up a fresh deerskin with some leftover meat in it. Oh, we got something. I cannot do Dennis's voice.
Like what we
Oh,
got.
good.
There we go, that works. I hit it when one of these isn't here. Alright, so then. Everyone starts to stir, everyone is awake. Esmeralda kind of pokes out of her wagon, just rubbing her eyes, looking exhausted. No other excitement tonight then?
Nah,
Not
don't
really.
think so. Wrong, no one woke me up.
Oh, is the turtle still alive? You alright, Granny?
Yeah, I've been better, but I've definitely been worse.
You were well, Elder?
Yeah, my arm seems fine-ish. Still hurts, but I think I will be okay.
I carry your burden.
No, that's not necessary. You know what? Yeah, okay.
If you're trying to... Okay, just want to point out, Haragah, although you are pretty large, Zabornik is about 300 pounds of shell and muscle. So you're going to have to make a strength check to try and pick her up.
Haragah was not trying to pick her up.
Oh,
Haragah
right,
was saying,
okay.
like, I'll carry your stuff so that you don't have any burden on you.
Right, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, no, that would be really rude, presumptuous. Haragah would be really offended if someone thought she was trying to pick up. She'd be like, what disrespect to the elder?
Monik, I think your arm's just sore from the incident.
You don't say. I would not have guessed that one. Thank you for reminding me.
Zabornik, I'm sorry about... I thought Blightbane might have helped, but...
Ignore squeaky.
That's not your fault. I should have known better ages ago. You did what you could under the circumstances.
Yes, at least I did something right this time.
Yeah?
Not wishing to make any light of your situation.
Somebody's gotta.
Just messing.
Yeah, but that one usually is you.
I take apprentices sometimes.
So then,
Anyway.
what do you intend to do before you head out? Is there anyone who would specifically like to talk to each other? Or,
Actually, Zabornik would like to talk to Irina.
okay.
She has an idea.
So, I figure you're kind of worried about your brother.
As you approach, you notice that Irina has kind of jumped because she was doing something with her hands.
Oh, am I interrupting something?
No, it's all right. If you want, you can try and see what she's trying to hide from you.
Absolutely. Perception.
Hey,
Of course.
she's managed to
Russian.
pull her gloves back on. You didn't see what she was doing.
Anyway,
Reister, with your your passive, you noticed that her hands are kind of filthy and have some dark stains on them.
Oh. Hey, Irina.
Hello, Reister.
so
So you wanted something from me, Zabornik?
Yeah.
maybe I also have something for you. That is, I figure you would like for your brother to know that you're okay-ish, right?
Yes.
Well, Strahds have a few tricks up our sleeves, and there's a spell called Animal Messenger.
Wait. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Oh,
you
there's
know, he can intercept them.
Yes.
What I figure is, first of all, he doesn't watch us right now because he has no reason. So, if I pick some unassuming bird from around here, and I also cast Pass Without Trace, that is the fox spell that has hidden us before. If I cast that on our little animal messenger friend, it's gonna start and fly off undetected.
It's less when it gets here, it's more the information when it arrives. I don't think it'd be a good idea. I don't think it'd be a good idea to advertise the fact that Irina's still alive.
Do you think he's still being observed? As far as Lord Suckles goes, she's onward to her next life.
Well,
It's still something I wouldn't risk.
He may
Yeah.
not be watching us, but he may still be watching Ismark.
yeah.
If you think so.
The village of Barovia was full of his informants. I don't want to draw any more attention to Ismark.
Okay. But the offer stands.
You'll see she looks really conflicted when she says that.
Athene just kind of places his hand gently on her shoulder and just goes, if he doesn't know you're alive, then he's safe. As far as he knows, you're okay.
Well, time to make our way onward then.
Yes. So, Irina, had a good night?
Yes.
The girls just went to get a midnight snack, that's all.
She nudges you hard.
Well, it's not like I couldn't put two and two together.
Yes, but
After all, Ez is dragging around this deer skin. And,
Ez is just grinning and looking at Irina, and Irina's just turning bright red.
Haragah looks over at Reister and says, hunting is good.
never said it wasn't. I
Also,
don't say it isn't.
You went and you killed a deer and you didn't save me, any me.
Ez holds up the skin. It's just basically she's using it now to bundle up all the loose meat. Says, "You have lots, darling."
We
Yeah,
thought
so
we could
still
bring
have-
breakfast.
It'll pair nicely with the tea I'm making.
Well.
Alright. Well, I say we cook up some of that venison and we get on the road then. How about that?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Breakfast is good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for the sake of brevity, use the meat acquired from the midnight hunt, which Arena still looks extremely embarrassed about. Along with
Combine
a
it
few,
with 2 eggs, or
uh,
at least
So,
one.
well, if you want to check the chickens, let me see.
Yeah.
Uh,
You want me to roll a D2?
the
Or
brown
D3?
one has 1 egg. The white one has no eggs.
Well, still, a little egg goes a long way.
The poor dears were just scared. It's probably gonna get bad. Well, maybe not.
Well, you were told that one of them was old.
Yeah.
Alright. So, for the sake of brevity, you cook up the venison with some vegetables. You have a decent meal, and Esmeralda is urging you to get back on the road.
I'm just going to prepare my spells.
You do any preparation while you wait for the meals to cook and while you consume them?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just prepping my spells for the day.
Alright. So,
Yeah, preparing myself as well. A few
Fine.
things that I know.
Once I find the spell that I realised that I should have had from the beginning.
Do we have anything that needs to be identified? Anything that could be a very interesting surprise?
Babe, you... Speak on it?
While that's going on, Haragah goes over to Irina and says, "Providing for the group is good. You be proud. Providing for the group is good."
She has a point.
I lost you there.
Yes.
yes, I do see the point of that, but
You are good.
thank you. Icy is very hungry. Okay then.
I don't think we have anything that still requires identification at the building.
I don't believe so.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Alright. I reckon Granny Zabonik gets on the wagon after her eventful night. Who
You
else wants to
better
ride?
believe it.
I think the big one wants a ride to just be with her.
Yes, you can.
Okay,
So-
do I have to do
you're-
it? Do I have to do anything, or can we just assume that?
Yeah, you just grab it.
Thanks.
If you want
You
to
can have
actually do some whittling, you'll have to do sleight of hand.
Okay, I'll do that while we're going. Do you want me to just go ahead and roll that now?
Yeah, roll that for me.
Okay. Hopefully this one won't suck like the last one.
Alright.
Is that decent?
You find a decent bit of wood. It's a little softer than you would have liked, but you managed to make a decent effigy.
Thanks.
It is recognizable as a horse. Well, a horse head.
Yes.
Those of you wondering what the spelling question was, not sure if I can actually share it. One second. Divine Favor. I don't know if that's.
Stand
Just-
by for spell.
Because I tried to drag it from the from the Thingy compendium.
What's the name of the spell?
A divine favor.
Alright. Let's see. Divine.
Oh, then.
Once you read it, you'll realise why I'm so embarrassed about not having it until now.
You can now ask your god to turn the tides of fate.
Interesting.
Not quite, but it's equally as daft as to why I don't have it. Didn't have it, I should say.
Okay. So just let me get the travel reference real quick. Okay. Because I was having issues with you traveling before. I wasn't keeping track of your speed as I should have. I was taking you at normal or fast speed instead of normal speed. But oh well. This is why we learn. Okay, so Esmeralda summons the magical horses, climbs onto the cart, and you start moving again.
The magical draft horses that are totally normal horses.
Yep. And you make your way back on. As she's going, Esmeralda is casting glances towards the... Oh! Thank you, Sir Muffles. That's very nice of you. He just gave me a Twitch Prime subscription.
Ooh.
Thank you. I would... Oh, wait, hang on. This should be celebrated properly. Kitten gets scritches. There we are. Kitten gets love. Okay, so as you head on down the road, nothing overly eventful happens. Esmeralda is keeping her eyes on the road. You see her checking the forests every now and again until it gets close to the mid-afternoon. And Esmeralda holds up her hand and slows the horses. Let me see. Where is your passives?
On our character sheet.
Yes. Reister, Dennis, and Creature.
Well, Dennis can't be hearing something.
You hear howling and growling on the road ahead.
Eh? Oh, not again.
Looks like... Couldn't wait for us, could you?
As you approach the road, down the road, you see several oversized wolves, and they appear to be tearing in to a humanoid form on the ground.
Well, time for us to try to save a life at least.
Yeah, precious little hope for that one, but we can try.
As you approach, this wolf suddenly turns and starts growling at you.
Couldn't wait, could you?
Snarl.
Any chance of negotiating?
You can try.
I feel like that would be better left to those of us who speak Lycan this time.
Okay. They approach. Let's see how perceptive is Arena. Where is her perception?
How perceptive is Irina?
I'm looking at the wrong thing. There it is. Oh, Arena's not great. What about Ez? Where's her sheet? Perception. Nope. Okay. So then, by this stage now, all the wolves have turned their attention towards the approaching group. Except for this one at the back, who's still gnawing and tearing chunks off the corpse. I would like everybody, as soon as I get up the turn order, to roll initiative.
Haragah's hefting her maul. She's ready.
Well,
All I'm saying is you can't expect a big damaging area of effect spell to be the answer for everything.
well.
What's your pipe pist within fireball range?
And I need to get Esmeralda. 2 NPCs and an absent player. Give me a second.
Guys, he's alright. He's
Remind
alright.
me. Never mind.
Stand by for rolls.
Yep. And now I need to roll for the wolves. Oh my god.
Oh, I think Haragah didn't get into a turn order somehow.
Yeah, I hit the
I'll
button.
correct that in a moment.
That's where I thought, oh wow!
Yeah, that's
Two
two.
bad-
Don't
Point
waste
the-
your roll. Don't waste your high rolls. You know how it usually works out for Ryster.
Yep.
Oh, look at these dire wolves.
I like the turn order so far. Some of our strongest fighters go pretty early.
Yeah, our strongest fighter goes very early. Our barbarian friend.
Okay. I just need to get Haragah in on the turn order.
Thank you.
Have a turn, and you had 22.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, Esmeralda got up really top. Alright,
Mm-hmm.
Tippy tap.
so Esmeralda kind of stands up on her wagon and looks over and says, I don't think those are the wear kind.
They're still gonna burn like all the rest.
Okay, I'm going to quickly roll
Haragah
nature.
turns and looks at Icy with like confusion at that. Like what?
What does the Barnack know about these?
You would have to save that for your turn, so just bear with me 2 seconds.
Okay.
I'm balancing too many things.
Sorry.
That's alright. I still love you. So Esmeralda is just going to point her finger. You see her other hand making a few complex movements, and her utter something as a bolt of lightning arcs from her hand and strikes the orange wolf. So let me just cast that. Lightning bolt.
Lightning jutsu.
So let's see.
Oh. Okay.
They all have to make dexterity saving
Who's
throws.
all the line of fire?
Oh crap!
Orange. Haragah.
She's doing it over the top of Haragah's head.
Yeah, so it's sort of.
Still
Yeah, technically she'll be standing higher than Haragah.
Yeah, Esmeralda is
She's on her
standing
wagon.
on top of the
Okay.
wagon, and this wolf is on a rise, so she's going
Okay.
over Haragah's
Here.
head. Haragah's
So
hair
wait,
is a
the
little,
a lightning bolt goes over my head.
Yeah, your hair's a little
Pretty much.
staticky, but you're fine. So I need to make a dexterity saving throw for these guys. So fail, fail, fail. Okay, and
So much failure.
86.
Well.
Behold the fail wolves.
Pretty much.
We leave one alive and keep it as a pet.
Okay, so then.
We're the wolves of Clan Fail.
I think maybe he might be dead.
Hmm.
Give me a moment.
Just
So then,
Just a thought.
It's a lot of damage.
this wolf falls over for a moment and starts yelping and rolling around, putting out that singed fur. These two kind of do the same. They roll around and yelp and yowl, but then they stand up and start growling savagely. It's like, alright, you lot, have at it. Haragah. Your hair's very staticky.
Do I have to do anything extra? Because that freaked Haragah out. She's still not used to magic, so she did kind of jerk her head down and turn. I don't know what that makes me lose or anything.
That would be up to you. How jumpy is your character around magic?
It's new to her, very new. So she's still jumpy about it. Although it's like what? So that really surprised and shocked her. I just want to be fair.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
You're all good.
You're fine.
That's the one saving throw. Let's see, wisdom. Here we go.
It's a little box, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you're good. It scared the shit out of you. You're just kind of like, I wish they'd warned me before they did that. But
So I use my turn. Then I want to approach green.
alrighty then.
And I want to take a massive maul swing and say, bad hunt.
Do you need me to move you, darling?
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh. Only for them.
And then I would just go to my maul attack.
Yep.
Trying to bring it up. There we go. Thanks for your patience, y'all.
You're fine.
Don't worry about it.
You should have seen me when I was new to the game.
True. 16, that hits. Or does it? Yes, it does. Would you like to roll your damage?
Yes. I forget how I do the damage again.
Click on the
under
word
this-
maul in the chat window there.
Oh, right down here. Thank you.
Yep.
12 bludgeoning damage. Alrighty then. You lift up your maul, the wolf glares up at you and snarls, and it appears to still be in pain from the lightning bolt because it doesn't dodge away as you bring your maul down on its skull,
Yes.
and it crunches into the ground. This wolf is dead.
It's dead.
Yep. You
One
still
wolf
have
down, 4
Bad
to go.
hunt.
5, 10.
Everybody just stay right where you are.
You still have 15
it's
feet of movement and another attack.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So she's gonna go there. Now, can she? What I want to do is to have her. Would it be any impediment for her to leap the wolf here and go after Orange?
That wolf is flat now. It's basically lying on the ground. You could step over it
Okay.
without any impediment.
Okay, then I want to go right there and go after Orange, and she's growling right back at the wolf, and she throws down her maul again.
Okay, roll it.
And she's growling loud.
That definitely hits.
Roll damage.
Yep.
And dead wolf.
Okay, so this one is still kind of rubbing its back on the ground, trying to extinguish the cinders on its fur, and you again just step up and slam down your maul, and you hear the bone crunch underneath you.
And as she does this, she's looking actually at the other wolves and saying, "You end your hunt."
Are you trying to intimidate them?
Not actively, but
All right.
that's just her. She. It's just how she fights.
Okay. So then, that's your turn. Next up is this one. That wolf has just scarpered.
And Wolf's just like, nope, I'm out of here.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to the fuck out of here.
This
Nope.
one
Nope, 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 nope.
He
Save
is
days,
not a
cowboy. No,
smart.
wait, nope, 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 nope.
is going to charge forward and attempt to attack with a bite. Does 16 hit you?
How do I...
Armor class.
Okay, let me look at it again. My armor class is 14, so yeah.
Okay. You take 9 piercing damage.
And you also need to roll a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, not prone.
Okay, you're fine.
So when you one thing I haven't figured out yet with all the different kinds of damage, so I go to my hit points and I drop it 9.
Yep.
Yep.
Just enter a -9 into the.
Or do it
says.
on the character sheet. That's fine.
I just do it on the character sheet, and then what do I
Okay.
do about the whole like piercing, bludgeoning, and all that?
That doesn't
Don't
matter.
worry about it.
That only matters when you would be raging because you have resistance to certain damage types when you're raging.
Okay.
The only one that I know for certain off the top of my head is bludgeoning. So, say you are raging and you're attacked by someone who does bludgeoning damage, you get to half that when you're angry.
Okay.
But in the
And
meantime,
lastly, how do I know when I'm bleeding versus not bleeding? That's the only other thing I realized I need to know in order to play Haragah right.
the bleed effect is a status defect. I'll let you know if that happens. But for
Okay.
flavor, you could be bleeding because it bit you.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, in other words, there's official bleeding and then there's story bleeding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Okay.
So then,
there's rage-inducing bleeding and there's regular bleeding.
I see. What are you up to?
Alright. I guess I'll still do this.
Oh dear.
Hold on.
Thank you, Icy.
Fireball.
Oh my god.
What was I gonna put this?
All right.
Yeah. Please?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So you're putting it here?
Yeah, we'll put it there, and then I'll use one of my sorcery points to save Haragah from it.
Alright, so... Jesus. Yeah, so you basically get them all. Haragah's just on the tip of it, but you get to use your feet to protect her.
Yeah.
So then, they have to beat 14. So, Red Boy.
Madness.
Red Boy fails. Blue Boy fails. Purple fails. Injured Man fails.
Failed. You told us he was dead,
I
so
know, I just wanted to joke with these.
dead man
so
failed.
there is something else I need to roll as well. I need to get that D100.
Oh, severity.
Okay. So,
Oh, great. What did you set on fire?
Everything!
Dead
Blue
man
Where are
makes
the
no sense.
babies?
have you ever seen a wolf go woof? Blue is now entirely engulfed in flames. He tries to roll around on the ground to put it out, but he doesn't quite manage it. He is dead. Red Boy. He gets hit and he is set on fire. He attempts to run away, takes 36 damage, and manages to run into a tree. Not paying attention.
Great.
He takes
Oh, now we have to prevent forest fires.
2 points of bludgeoning damage and falls to the ground.
Let's say, how is he still alive?
Purple takes 30 points, or 36 points of fire damage. And starts rolling around on the floor, yelping and squealing. but is still alive. Let's see. Let's go through the wolves' turnovers. That one's dead. That one's dead. It's Irina's turn. Oh.
Why don't you just stay out of this and let Haragah handle it?
Put him out of their misery at best.
I suppose that makes sense. She kind of has her crossbow in her hand. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. She only has like 2 bullets left.
Don't be a Ryster.
But you don't collect. You don't go and collect your bolt at the end of the battle.
She does, but some of them were irrecoverable, and she only had 6 to begin with.
Yeah, we're gonna get a few more in Vallaki.
She lost most of them due to Zabornik setting everything on fire on the way to the Wizards of Wine. So she's just gonna look at her crossbow and go, "Yeah, okay, I'll let you deal with this one, big girl." That one's dead.
And Haragah raises her hand up like relax, everyone, I've got this.
Until you don't got it.
You're up.
Bryce is just like, the fuck am I supposed to do? That large woman up there. Well, let's see what I can do.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, I thought I lost everyone. My
I'm
phone
still
was
here,
being
sorry.
scared.
Sorry.
There was a lull.
Okay. Dead, alive. Dead is dead, okay.
The only one left alive is Purple Boy, and he's pretty much dead at this point.
He's practically rolling around on the ground as well, so technically he has half cover. Because he's on a...
check.
He's on a rise.
Rice is making his way over to him from a starting point.
I just saw
And yes, I know
the
that he's
Discord.
and yet I know that he has to climb. So he's no longer going to move, and he's going to give his long sort of one-handed go, and he misses. A swing and a miss.
Yep, I'm afraid so.
There's a lot of rolling in fire, of course.
Technically
The
he's
hell am I
prone,
even-
so you would get an advantage, but 13 still misses.
Unskilled.
I heard that.
I think you were meant to.
No, actually, he wasn't. She was saying it to herself. That's why I was trying to make it kind of a whispery sound.
That just sounded like a groan.
Yeah, it was just like unskilled.
All right.
Is that your turn?
Time for Purple to try and put himself out.
Mm-hmm. So then, Purple is rolling about, and he manages to put out some of the singeing, but he is going to stand up and run.
Make a run for it.
He just scarpers off into the distance while yelping.
Bye.
Well,
That was interesting.
if he hadn't been rolling around that much, I would have been able to kill him.
Oh shit, that reminds me, I was supposed to do something for Arena. Okay then.
Not again.
What do you mean not again?
Oh wait, sorry, my mistake. But no, Ez wouldn't take the same effect. Would she? Isn't it exhausting?
Yeah.
Rita, you're alright. You're alright.
I'm fine, I'm just a little tired.
You best ride on the wagon. Best ride in the wagon.
Let me first check what this fellow hat that made him so attractive to the wolf?
Elaine just kind of. You're probably gonna ask me to do a check for this, but Elaine basically scoops Irina up.
No, put me down. I'm fine.
He basically carries her over to the cart.
Oh, for God's sake.
Is the turnover thing over now?
Yes.
Okay, because Haragah wants to walk over to the dead body and like kick at the shoulder a little bit, or like unless it's clearly dead.
Haragah, he looks a little bit like a burnt crisp. I
wasn't sure how much of the fire damage did, so I wasn't sure what he looked like.
Elaine, as you put Irina on the wagon, you see Esmeralda kind of stiffen and give her a side glance. You alright back there?
I can't hear you.
Basically, Esmeralda's giving Irina a side glance because Elaine just put her in her wagon. Alright, so then, you have a little look around this man. He appears to be wearing some simple leather armor. It has been pretty much shredded. Just let me quickly change these rules.
I'm just quickly look him over.
Looking into finding if you can find a hidden node or anything.
Okay. You give him a glance over. Most of his belongings have been scattered around, along with his limbs and such, by the pack tearing him apart. You're able to find a small coin purse. It has, let me see here real quick. It has a small collection of coins. It has 3 silver and 15 copper pieces. You notice that there is an additional wolf skin. As you investigate it, it appears to have been a cloak.
More apparel for us.
Could I do an Arcana check?
Yeah, sure. Are you doing that on the cape?
On the cloak, yeah.
It looks like a hunter's cloak. Something to disguise themselves while hunting.
Right. Spawner, can you have a look at this cape?
Okay.
Reister, with that perception as well, you'll notice a broken bow just lying by the tree over here.
Well, someone's gotten even worse with their bow than I did.
Are you investigating the cloak or the bottle?
I wouldn't say the cloak, because she was asked.
Okay. It's just a cloak. It's decently made, but
special.
it's just a cloak.
What's the commotion over here?
Nothing, just stories I remember.
And, I mean, Spawner, what's that cloak you're holding? Isn't that from, Crispy the dead man here?
Yeah,
Want me to have a look over it?
if you like. Seems fine.
I can certainly try. I mean, some of the hunters use the same tricks as we in the guild learn.
Okay. You notice the way the cloak has been fashioned. It looks like there is some loops in the front paws where this could be wrapped around the arm, as well as a small strap under the chin. That makes the think that this was supposed to be a type of camouflage.
Ah,
It's a hunting cloak.
it's like it's a wolf in wolf's clothes, so to speak.
From this, you get the impression that this man was out hunting and got ambushed by a pack.
Yeah. He tried to play the lone wolf, and now, unfortunately, he got a bit too close to the pack.
Well, might as well give him a decent burial.
I mean,
At
Haragah
that-
has already taken care of a few bits and pieces of his.
Haragah, as soon as Icy says, let's give him a decent burial, that's when Haragah reaches up, takes hold of her mallet, and brings it straight down on the dead body's head.
Yeah.
I give you peace.
That
Japheth, I was just talking about burying him, not smashing his head like a watermelon.
Look, we can still put the rest of it underground.
Yes.
Underground.
Not underdark.
What?
I don't think she's familiar with the concept.
You leave the body to go back to you leave the body for a new path.
That's how they do it where you are from?
Yes.
In
the woods. We are in the woods.
Point.
You leave the body for a new path.
What?
Basically, he's already been on someone's plate. Someone else can have a go at it.
Well,
yes.
Okay.
Alright. Suppose it would. Thinking about it, I suppose it would take time to dig a proper grave and then rebury him.
It's all compost in my book.
Well,
Haragah nods sagely at Elder. Good words, Elder.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, don't know about you, but we really wouldn't have time if you want to make it to Vallaki before nightfall. Just saying.
Yes.
Good point.
Let's get moving.
Haragah, come over here.
Haragah just glares at Reister for telling her that and walks around the opposite way.
Here go.
Alright.
Completely goes around the other side to come up there.
Oh, you lot are just mental, you know that. Alright, let's go. So,
Mental is as mental does.
you know, at some point I will get a different roadside encounter map. Okay.
Eventually. Just
So-
not today.
You will just add 3 trees to it and say, that day.
Yeah, you're in a forest.
I did actually get a new one recently, I just haven't had time to put it in Roll20. So then,
You're in a dungeon, and there's a dragon. Oh, real creative there.
to be fair, you would be surprised how quickly I threw together that bandit cave. Alright.
Took you less time than it takes me to render one of my environments.
That seems like it.
I can say nothing because I had to slap together a gladiatorial arena in like an hour.
It's just because the environment takes longer on the computer than combining images, so that's
As
the
you
only
approach
reason.
the bridge, Esmeralda kind of slows her wagon and looks around. You wanted to do something here, didn't you?
Yes, I mean, there was, after all, that nice little statement in the letter.
Yeah, alright. Well, we'll be there in a minute. Hold on. Because I forgot to do something.
Just take the river bit and just put a bridge over it, or just scribble one on it.
Shush.
Just saying. Or you can take a whole map.
Oh, that's scenic.
Yeah. Totally doesn't look like it's drawn by Dennis.
It wasn't, actually. This is a new guy I find that does some fantastic maps. He's also on Patreon. His Patreon, Dice Grimorum.
Check it out.
Now, speaking of crowdfunding, do you have something crowdfunded going on, don't you?
I do have a Patreon. It looks like shit because I haven't had time to sit and fiddle with it, but yes, I do have a Patreon. Shameless plug, cough, cough. Okay.
And I was trying to
I didn't notice plug. Yeah, that was seamless.
And I was trying to plug, actually, Dee's project.
My Kickstarter.
Yes, your Kickstarter. As we're speaking of crowdfunding.
This commercial
good
is
one.
brought to you by DM Elms, and you can go and look at on Kickstarter. It's for all ages comic book called Crash Girl and Sparkle.
Ooh.
It's a good one. Check it out.
Yes, check it out, everybody listening.
All right. Well, you guys have to look around. I'll take these guys over to the other side of the river and wait for you.
And thanks for the opportunity on that, guys.
No problem.
I wanted to do this last
Very
week, but I didn't have the opportunity to do this.
Shall I cross the bridge until you answer my questions 3?
So Esmeralda
That
has
is your
just
quest.
spurred the horses across the bridge.
And then she tosses Irina off because you're not welcoming me, car.
There's
You want to be tossing it off later.
I'm in my mom's wagon.
Well,
Well, my mum.
Get out my wagon.
let me just try if I can see something here.
I'm going to scootle down towards where the riverbank is to have a look.
Okay. Reister's rolling investigation. Where are you looking around?
God. I'm looking
Aline,
here and I failed.
you know what I want.
Severity.
I'm looking here. Here,
I
at
get
the
to
upper
do
This
top.
something.
river is made of river.
I get to do something new.
Oh.
Here we are.
34.
I have the roll for severity image now on a cook bar, so every time it'll pop up. All right. So,
I'm gonna roll investigation too, see what I can see just over the edge in the river.
Alrighty then. So, Elaine, as you go down to investigate underneath, you slip on the slick sides and just kind of plop down on your arse.
Don't tell me I need to bring you a rope.
The
No, I should be
sides
fine.
aren't really that steep. It's just more a little bit awkward and muddy. Reister and Icy. Icy, you've specified you're going to be looking over the edge of the bridge. Reister, where exactly are you looking?
I'm looking at the pillars off the bridge, above the road surface.
Okay. You notice. First off, we'll work with Reister because he rolled first. You notice that on the northern pillar and the southern pillar, there are some markings. On the northern pillar, it appears to be an arrow pointing down and to the right. On the left pillar, it is down and to the left. And because I didn't have time to get this correctly, this one looks like this, and this one looks like this.
Huh. Alright. Time for me to cross this bridge and check the other two.
Okay. Well, first off, Icy, as you look underneath the bridge, you can see reflected on the water some carvings in the brickwork underneath here, on the underside of the bridge.
Hey Elaine, when you get back off your ass, check under the bridge. There's some marked carvings under there that I can't quite make out from here.
That's a plan. So I'm going to take a look.
Okay.
If I can ask, while they're all doing this, how steep is the descent to the water?
It's about 5 feet on a slope.
Is it a slope that realistically would cause any problem for Haragah to go down to the water and splash herself?
No.
Okay, so Haragah looks to Zbornik and says, "Elder, I get clean."
Feel free.
Gesture into the water, and she goes down there, and she just kind of starts splashing herself on her face and hair to try to clean up.
Okay. Elaine, you notice, as Icewind pointed out, there are a number of markings. They appear to be arrows, going in many different directions. Some pointing left, right, up, down. Some have multiple arrows in the one depiction, crossing over each other. But they're scattered all around. Reister, did you roll an investigation for the other side of the bridge?
Not yet. But I know what I should be looking for. Most likely inscriptions, engravings.
There is no engravings on this side of the bridge that you can see.
Reister could use you down here.
Hang on, coming. I slip under the bridge. Look up and see the arrows that Elaine is pointing out.
Mm-hmm. They are all on this side, just over Elaine's head.
Well, there's 2 more arrows upstairs, at least 2 more. On the upper side.
What do they mean?
At the bridge heads.
Perhaps those were supposed to lead us down here.
I don't think so. One of them points away. Look, if I didn't know it better, I would say if I follow from... Let me just have a thought. Rice just scribbled down the rough positions and orientations of the arrows and tries drawing a line from this pillar to ultimately leading to this pillar. So it ends up being basically something like, I presume this.
No. I'm actually just trying to draw something real quick because I realised that I am not exactly specifying this. Haragah, to answer your question, the water is relatively clear.
Okay. So Haragah, while the other people are investigating everything, because the water looks clear, she starts stripping down and starts cleaning up at the water.
Okay. So, to give some clarification, this would be the 2 pillars, if you just look on the side. Because I lost the image that I was going to upload for this. Looking on as you approach the bridge, they look like this.
Okay.
Well, that's a little bit...
A little bit much, but yeah, we get the idea.
We get the idea.
Underneath the bridge, there are a number of shapes like this. The arrows pointing in different orientations. There are a few where there are multiple arrows together.
Still, we should probably sketch them out so we can visualize them from upstairs.
Wait, Master.
Yes.
Maybe it's a false brick or something.
You think?
Could be.
Well, before you all do anything, let me get off this bridge. Just in case it all comes crashing down.
No, I was thinking more of the wall under the bridge.
You mean... Well, you would be the one who's in reach.
Right.
Or do you want me to come around? I'm gonna come around and help you.
Yeah, it might be. After all, you're better with traps than I am. Got a lovely view from up here.
Pretty much.
Let me just, see what you mean. Could be a false break. Am I smart enough to decode this riddle? This puzzle?
That
That's
depends
the
on
question.
you.
Well, do they all converge in one point?
Roll me a quick investigation.
Nope, I have no idea. Light down here is pretty terrible.
Okay, I just
They-
rolled an investigation as well.
Don't look like they're all pointing into one thing. They look pretty random.
Well, that theory can go to the go down the dogs unless you see something. Like,
I've rolled an investigation just to check as well.
Okay. Again, you see the bricks and the mortar. Some of the bricks look like the mortar's crumbling around them. Others look like they're set pretty firmly. But the arrows are pretty consistent.
Don't need help down there.
I'm just gonna start feeling my way. Have a good look at the bricks where the mortar's not quite as steady, and try and check those.
Okay. Bear with me, I'm trying to recreate the image really quick.
While
you're
they're
suggesting. Sorry. You first. I see.
just say while they're looking around, I'll come down and pick up just random rock that I can hold, cast light on it. Gonna hold it up towards the bricks they're looking at so they can get a better view.
It's still pretty light down there. You can see all the arrows.
Figure some more light wouldn't help.
Don't burn yourself out.
No, it's a cantrip. I'm fine.
Just bear with me 2 moments. This
Looks
bloody
like
image.
the sooner or later we're seeing the.
Okay, so what you see basically amounts to this.
Jesus.
Bunk, bunk, bunk.
Don't judge me, creature.
No, I had to look at the Discord.
Oh no.
Whoa! Yeah, loads of axes.
Huh.
It's one of those things we see on our mud flaps.
Well,
Oh,
I half expected there to be an arrow leading this way over this part, or rather here. So here, or no, rather here. Some of the
that's
arrows
true.
are completely leading to pointless directions. I'm gonna have a silent think for a second. Because the play is taking a little bit of a break.
Roll
kind of.
intelligence.
I'll be back in a moment.
You know it has something to do with the arrows, Elaine, but you're not sure what. Reister, would you like to roll intelligence? Okay, I see. There are 2 symbols up above. Perhaps that means there's something to do with the clue. If there's 2 above, and each of these symbols is one possible answer.
Okay, so I'm I'm actually trying to think about this. So the way you've drawn it, is that like what we're seeing it from below, and then just right to left?
As you're looking
left to right.
straight on, this is what you see. This is the left pillar, this is the right pillar, and this down below is the markings on the brickwork you see.
So here would be right, here would be left?
Yep.
Okay. And it just goes left to right, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
We need you to roll intelligence.
Let's see if I'm smart enough.
It's not the Konami code, bloody.
Nope. Not smart enough to get this.
I would say Icy has mouthed out what her thought process was. If there's one possible solution, and there's two symbols up above.
So far, I have determined that this is the right pillar. This would be the left.
Yes.
And then it does go left side to right side.
So you would suggest moving somewhere along this line first? Maybe not this poorly drawn. I mean, after all, there is an arrow pointing down there. So we would be... Yeah, that's not going to work.
I mean, this could technically go there.
Yeah, but then...
It doesn't diagonally go like that, but... And then that would go there, but that doesn't connect, that just goes that way.
So, let's go this backwards, maybe.
Oh.
If we go from
like that, but...
here to here... sorry.
How do I get rid of that?
Just go to the pen, to the arrow tool. There you can easily delete that.
Hey.
So...
Okay.
Oh, God damn it, Arena.
I mean...
Are you sure they're supposed to connect like that?
I wouldn't
not
be surprised.
entirely,
I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
but...
Probably it's the best shot we have right now. Going from there to there to there to... And then we're bouncing back, that's the problem.
And that...
If we start here... No, we can't.
Yeah, the arrow's going...
The arrow's going this way.
That way.
It's pointing away.
That way,
Or rather,
and
it
that
is
way.
pointing to... It's pointing inwards. It's not pointing inwards.
Are you on the bridge or under the bridge, Zabornik?
Zabornik has gone down to see what the others are doing.
Would you like to roll an intelligence check?
Yeah, I was just about to.
You get the impression that the others are probably overthinking it.
Yeah. Let me just have another look at this.
I'm just gonna try pressing this brick.
Which one?
No. This one.
This blank one here?
Yeah.
It's a solid brick.
Let me... Okay, can I try another intelligence check?
I would say after enough time of you looking over it, I would say yes.
All right, let me just let me just turn around and give it a different look. Nope, still not figuring it out.
Okay. Elaine, you have figured out, after trying to trace pathways, that there is no connecting link between them. They don't seem to connect at all. That doesn't appear to be the solution.
I'm gonna roll another
The arrows aren't linked.
investigation to see what I can see, and apparently I see nothing.
You notice that they... Let me just get this properly done. The bricks around this area
Where?
have crumbled mortar around them.
That could be something.
You mean someone has turned it around?
Maybe. So, if that were the case, then that would be that,
Mm-hmm.
and this would be over there. That, and then
I really have no idea where you're going with this, and I love it.
shut up, we're thinking. Process of elimination. You presented us with a puzzle. We're trying to figure it out.
Elaine's just going to try and prize this brick out here.
This one?
Yeah.
Why?
That brick does not appear to move.
Gonna try a different approach. Can I roll anything to see if Zabornik has ever seen a puzzle like this before?
You would not have. Well, you would have seen puzzles like this before, however, they all have different solutions. Nothing that you could draw similarities to.
Haragah walks back onto the bridge kind of hesitantly. You get the sense, perhaps, whether they detect it or not, that she does not like bridges.
No, that doesn't work.
What do they do, Elder?
Zabornik is under the bridge. They're all under the bridge
under.
except Ez and Arena.
I didn't realize they were under. Sorry.
So,
How do I remove my shit again?
Yeah, I get it.
I need.
So am I under the bridge now too?
If you want to be.
Yes, I do. That's where I was trying to go, and I do the same thing. She walks over and says, "What do they do, Elder? What do they do, Elder?"
It's some sort of puzzle. They're trying to find a solution.
I'm going to give this brick a try.
You gonna poke that one?
Yep.
Okay. I would like Elaine, Reister, and Icy to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Because you just knocked it loose. Congratulations.
Big money,
Okay.
no whammy.
Okay, how much do I hurt?
I don't want to look.
You're doing better than me.
Okay. As Elaine pulls the brick, it comes loose, as if it was made to come loose. But as he does, Reister, you hear the familiar click of a trap.
Congratulations, you just activated a trap.
A bout of greenish-looking gas flows out. Despite your best efforts, you're not able to get away before you get a breath of it. I would like each of you to take... Where is my dice? There it is. Oh, Jesus. 11... or... Math. 13 points of poisoning damage. And I'd like each of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great.
Oh, jeez.
1 second.
Is it bad?
Doing much better.
Oh, God's sake.
Okay.
Elaine, you idiot!
Reister and Elaine are not Reister. Actually,
Icy.
Reister and Icy are perfectly fine. Elaine, you start choking and hacking and stumble back. You slip into the water. You nearly vomit with this the stench and the effect of this.
As he sees Elaine
for an hour.
fall, as he sees Elaine fall over, Reister just puts his hand basically at the nape of his neck and forces him to not fall into the water.
I knew the pricks could be removable.
Meanwhile, Zabornik leans over to Haragah and goes,
They didn't get it right.
Congratulations.
We got closer to getting it right.
We at least know that stone isn't it.
Hey, Roaster. That one.
Yes. Which one? The one with the two arrows?
Yeah, the one with 2 hours like that.
As
Well,
you're
first
talking,
of all...
Reister, you hear another click and you hear a fuse.
God's sake.
I want to try to figure out how to disarm this trap.
You can't see any mechanisms. However, you know this this was a self-destruct trap. The wrong answer was chosen. The right answer is seconds away from being destroyed.
Quickly, do you have one?
Okay.
I would like you to make
Here
a
goes nothing.
quick
Reister
dex
pulls
check.
out.
Can I ask a quick question before you guys do all that?
You can.
I mean, they're just like across a short distance from us, but we don't hear the click or the fuse or anything. We're just seeing like
You're too far away
Elaine freak out.
to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just
what?
see Reister freak out.
Haragah like is trying to. It's pointless to do, but Haragah is trying to pull Zabornak away. Elder, step back. Oh, Elder, we step back.
Maybe. Okay, ow. I guess I don't have a choice. Ow.
Reister, you quickly grab the brick that was indicated by Sir Elaine. As you yank it out, a piece of paper falls out. You manage to snap it just as a small firebomb erupts in the can inside the little cubby hole. Not enough to do any damage to you, but it would have incinerated the letter. You managed to get it.
Oh, fuck.
Obviously, we've been overthinking it.
Okay, I just want to quickly use Lesser Restoration on myself.
Okay.
Get rid of the poison. So, Lesser Restoration. Okay. It's better.
Still look a little green around the nose.
I had a better image for that, and I lost it, and I'm raging. Anyway.
We've been overthinking it.
Yes, or rather, we have the right idea, just went for the wrong brick first.
Yeah, the one that makes the cross.
Whoops. Ignore that. It was an earthquake.
This is a bad place.
Trying to delete the map. Okay then. So, what do you do?
Still see the bridge. But hey, we're gonna leave it soon. So, now that I'm wet in the face because clearly I've jumped into the water.
The fire didn't erupt out of the cubby. It blasted inside the cubby.
Yeah, but still, I jumped into the water basically to grab the letter before it falls into the water.
I see what you meant. Okay.
So I'm a little wet in the face.
Now I have the sealed letter.
Well,
Is everyone alright down there?
That's the. Well, Elaine's a little green around the nose.
That's what Elaine said a moment ago.
And we appear to have.
I'm confused, Elder.
Teleported into the nothing for a second, but
The void.
Everything good. Everything's good.
Yeah, I'm fine here.
This is not good. This is a bad place.
we're all fine here now. Fine. Thank you. How are you?
A little confused.
Join the club.
Let's
We
just
have
see.
t-shirts.
We just got a lad. Nah, go for that joke.
Okay.
Elaine, you need a hand getting up?
No, I should be okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh.
Might as
At
well.
least the upper side hasn't taken any damage.
Alright.
Alright, so what'd you find?
Just another letter.
Okay. There's no real seal on the letter, it just seems to be folded.
Letter locking, yeah.
It should now be in Reister's journal under references and lore.
All in mine?
It's up to you if you want to share what it says to the rest of the party.
Okay, let me just read it. Brother Cabal, if you have found this, then you have completed our trials, proven your worth, and have been found trustworthy. You are now one of our inner circle. Our order has found much success in our cleansing of the undead, but this has drawn attention. This is why I have devised a place for us to gather without fear to prepare our hunts. You will find this place directly west from this bridge into the forest. Search for the standing stones. From here, mind your feet as you travel into the marsh. Our home is shrouded in many layers of magic thanks to a foreign friend. Friend, eh? It will appear as a ruin. Do not enter the gates until you speak the phrase. The phrase. It's a little hard to read. Brotherhood. Otherwise, our protections will turn on you. Do not share this information with any of our order. There are spies among us.
Brotherhood?
Yes?
It's like a sisterhood, but for those who are incompetent child, she would put it. Do not share this information with any of our order. There are spies among us. Those you will meet in the sanctuary have been vetted just as much as you. Destroy this letter before you join us, and walk always in the light of the Morning Lord. Baltasar Nimirovich. Interesting handwriting, at least.
I will share that to everyone's inventory now then.
Yeah.
The plop of sharing.
There we are.
Clap in half.
And there it is again. I just closed it.
Oh, then it sounds like a bit of a convoluted way to deliver a message.
I think it has to do with a lot of secrecy after. There are people out there who are having the interests of Sir Suckles.
Many brotherhoods are very confused.
I know, right? Always trying to prove that they're cleverer than everyone else.
Some sisterhoods are confused as well, but this is not the time.
Not the case.
I'm not talking about your sisterhood, Haragah.
see, the base is directly west of here.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
this something we want to investigate now? Later? I don't know.
we should get into town first. After all, we do have a few things to deal with, and we might make it easier for Esmeralda to get inside.
No, I ain't going in there. I told you,
Yeah,
head down to the
we
Vistani
wanted to
camp.
talk. Yeah, we wanted to talk to the Vistani anyway.
Yeah, I'm not one for going inside them kind of towns, to be honest.
Why not? Don't you enjoy the cheery atmosphere there?
She's kind of shit you look.
This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here.
Alright, anywho, if you've got what you wanted, let's head on, shall we?
Yeah, probably a good idea. No, bloody. Bryster doesn't necessarily love secrets.
He just has a collection.
So does everyone else.
I don't like these, Elder.
What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets.
Alright, calm down. Let's head on. We should be in Vallaki in an hour or so, just before sunset. So, let's get moving.
I'm gonna take a sit on the cart
Feel free.
from that gas.
Just don't go rummaging around in there and we'll be alright.
Yeah. I mean, after all, I know how well you can set a trap, dear.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Is Elaine's player still with us?
Yep.
Oh. As they're getting back on the cart, she says, You are well.
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. So, these arrive near the outskirts of Vallaki as the sun begins to set. You see Irina reach for her helmet and pull it on as she gives a little grunt of pain.
It starts again.
So it would appear. Luckily, this will be the last night.
I protect you, Irina.
Did no one explain to Haragah that that's not a good name?
Oh, no, we didn't.
Yes.
I was wondering when you guys would catch on to the thing that happened earlier. You really
Yeah.
didn't do the right thing, Elaine.
Haragah, the Ravenhead beast, we call her Luna.
There's like a sudden, Haragah's kind of standing there, trying to parse something, and then Luna,
Yes.
Luna and Ez.
Yes, Luna and Ez.
It's going to be so confusing.
Luna and Ez.
If she
Not
has one
Irina
name
and
before
Ez,
me,
Luna
it'll
and
be-
Ez.
Yes.
Yeah, stop confusing the poor barbarian.
Yeah, out of character, Elaine. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but it would have come
Yeah,
up in a
just
bad
realized.
time, and you are
Yeah.
very lucky. Because it was going to come up somewhere where there was people, and yeah.
To be fair, Elaine's mind was kind of not in the best place at that point, so
I am so glad that happened. Oh my god.
I know.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was waiting to see if it came up. I said, oh, by the way.
So, Esmeralda slows the wagon to a halt at the crossroads, and she looks over the party. Alright, is as far as I'll go. I'm gonna go make nice with those guys down there. And, I suppose you could come down and meet us in the morning. Or whatever you want to do. But the point
Probably.
is, I ain't getting in those gates. And I ain't gonna try. So it's up to you. Which way you going?
Well, I mean, I do have someone who's clearly waiting for me to report back in the town.
Elder, why are we here?
We have a few things to do here. Some people to meet, to check on some things. And all the other stuff that nobody ever tells me.
Why? Sorry, go ahead.
Most importantly, get a good night's sleep.
We do not. We don't go to the hunters of the undead.
Not yet.
Soon.
We will.
Soon.
Okay.
This is on the way.
Yes.
First this, then the hunters.
Good.
Alright. Well, enjoy yourselves. Is your little lizard friend off the back there?
Right am.
Alrighty then. See you in a little bit. Try not to get yourselves in too much trouble. Esmeralda sets her horse
Haragah
on.
looks
Also-
over to Esmeralda and says, "Be good to the good beasts. You be good to the good beasts."
Yeah, alright. I'll look after the horses.
Also, who you calling a lizard? I don't do that tongue thing.
Yeah, sorry, my dearest apologies. She shouts that as the wagon starts to make its way down here and disappears.
What a character. Gesundheit.
Before we go anywhere, I take out some vials of holy water and pass them round.
How many do you have left?
I don't know. I know we've got a fair few.
You used a number whenever you fought the vampires in Vallaki.
Yeah, but we got a new...
You got more from Favolution. So I think I had like 8, something like that. 10 or 8, round about that amount.
I think we got 6 from the one town. I kept one and used the one I had in the battle with the vampires. So that leaves 5 left. So we got somewhere else that I don't remember.
So I know Rice. Did I give? You could say Cork. Did Rice Dye use the one I gave him in the cave?
You gave him
Oh, the holy oil.
and that was used up. Yeah, he used that on his weaponry.
Right. So
3 arrows that didn't hit their intended targets.
yeah.
And now the oil is spent, unfortunately.
Right. So we've still got 1 flask, 1 vial of oil, and we should have like 8 holy waters.
Oh, holy water.
Also, don't forget we still have a thing that can cast a sunshine.
Yeah.
So don't forget to
'Cause I
update
don't-
those on the party resources on your inventory tab.
Okay. 1 second. So I'll give everyone a vial of holy water. I don't need one because I've got my own ways of enchanting my weapon. I don't think Arena needs one because of a sun sword. So...
Remember, the holy water will not stay on a blade. It's only the oil that will do that.
Right.
So sad. Said you're giving 1 to everybody?
Yeah, so I've got like 2 left. Actually, no, 4 left, actually.
I'm gonna assume that's point
Still
0.
have a little bit of space here on the old ring, by the way. We need to find someone who attunes to it.
Honestly, I don't see why we don't give it to one of the arcane casters.
Well,
So you got points over towards Icy.
well,
I suppose I'll take it.
there's already 3 spells stored on it. 2 cure wounds, level 1, and 3 word.
I just quickly grab it. I quickly grab it and then I send 1 divine favor into it.
Thank you, Elaine. so that will come in handy.
You need to get up close and personal.
I can still edit it, so I'm adding the Divine Fever.
Mm-hmm.
And
To level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't think I didn't notice that image you put on there, by the way.
what?
The ring? What? It makes complete sense.
You guys want to know something really weird? That's really strange. I have a ring pop right here. So
You hold the spells.
Gonna say Elaine. Gonna say Elaine did give Haragah one of the holy water vials. Everyone but he and Rena get one.
Haragah looks at the holy water vial being offered and says, "What is this?"
Holy water.
The undead don't like it.
It hurts them.
What is done with it?
Open it
you
and
drink
splash on. No, open and splash on them.
It hurts
Splash on them.
It hurts them
Big
like
splash.
as it hurts others.
Try, Haragah. Try and force it in their mouth.
Not very good for their
And then
health.
use your mighty hands to close their jaws and break it.
Yes. We go to the town now. We go to the town now.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
As you're talking, you're nearing the gates, and
There's still speeding limit, but
you hear a voice bellow out at you from the top of the gates. Hold it! Who's there?
I take out the warrant and just hold it up. We have a warrant from the Burgomaster.
There's some quick discussion. State your name!
Sir Elaine Lowell, Madame Zabornak, Rice de Willows, Esmerelle, and we have some new friends as well.
You hear some hush whispers at the top of the gate. Then the man leans over again. You're to report to the Burgomaster. He's been looking for you. And the gate's open.
Very well.
Pretty much. So, you enter in. Let me see here real quick. Reister and Ez would notice this as well. As you enter in, you notice a lot of the guards are looking very nervous.
Anything the matter?
I think the stream might have died.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Network error, yeah.
buffering on my end. I got it playing on my phone.
Yeah.
Are
Had a
you
network
downloading
error.
anything, dear?
Nothing strange on mine.
It's back up. It acts
Stop
like it
downloading
should be.
things while I'm streaming.
No,
Oh, blame Steve.
but I want to play.
Oh, there it goes.
You stopped it?
Yeah.
Alright then.
Also, is that a kitty I see in the corner?
Yes, that is the kitty you see in the corner. And she gets pets and cuddles.
her name is Lucy.
I have limited the
My kitty's not doing so well.
Oh,
Aww.
and hopefully that'll stop it screwing.
Yeah.
Best to your kitty.
Hope your kitty is good. Okay.
It's still buffering on my end, but well.
Could you stop
All
it
right.
entirely?
I
Huh?
did stop it entirely. Did it work? And then suddenly stopped.
Also, while I have this up, I'm thinking about it. How long since I'm holding the ring now, how long does it take for me to attune to it?
An hour.
An hour? Okay.
Hang on, let me refresh over here and see if it's doing anything.
Yeah. I mean, on the thing, we're still outside.
No, your eyes are working.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you, darling. Okay, so as you head in, you notice they only really open the gates wide enough for you to enter in single file. and the guards are scrutinizing you as you walk in. You notice, well, at least Reister notices, they look a little scared.
What's the matter?
Let's
Something
just
terrible
say,
happened?
things haven't exactly been nice this past while. Look, the Burgomaster's been looking for you lot, so I reckon you should go and talk to him. It's probably a bit late now, but sometime when you're in town.
Of course.
Now go on, get out of here. We have to watch the woods. He closes the gate and he clambers back up the ladder to the watch post.
We should probably go speak to him immediately then.
Make our way over there. See if we can do anything tonight.
Okay.
If not, we'll
I
find the tavern and get totally loaded.
I still have an opinion. I still have a date, probably at the Watcher House. We all might want to go there.
So, where are you heading?
I'll leave it up to the group.
I would say the Burgomaster's house first.
Okay.
Want to disturb his sleep?
As you say this, you feel a tug on your arm, and Arena just kind of taps the maw of the helmet.
Oh.
Oh boy. Already, huh?
In that case, best make it
I think
Vienna.
that might be a bad idea, as says.
Yeah. Given that
Why don't we just head to the tavern, whatever, and
let's head to the inn. Tell him how his family is. Get a bit of rest, and we should expect some friendly company.
Okay.
There are drinks?
Yes, plenty of drinks.
Why are you sending us back?
Actually,
I don't know about you, but I'm going to get loaded.
Something here.
Back and forth and back and forth.
That's the way the clock goes.
Because
Yes,
Reister was supposed to spot something, but I forgot. I keep forgetting you have such high passive.
What did I spot?
As you pass by the green space where the Festival of the Burning Sun had been, you glance over. The remnants of the festival have been cleared away entirely, but in their place is now a gallows.
Oh, great. Great.
With several men hanging from them.
Let's
Do you recognize any?
Roll perception.
Okay.
let's hope we don't end up at the end of that rope.
Nope.
It's that priest and the kid, isn't it?
No comment. Let me get Ez in up in here. I keep losing her form. Perception. Alright. Ez mutters, they're all the same. And as she says that, you realize she's right. They're all relatively tall and blonde.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna go over to have a closer look.
What is it, Elder?
Yeah, Sabonik, you seem to have a hunch here.
I think he ran with the description that we gave him and ran a little bit far.
I don't understand.
Bloody maniac.
He is about as bad as the others.
It's a long story.
What is the simple story?
We fucked up.
We gave someone a description of someone guilty, and now that person seems to be killing anyone innocent who looks like that too.
Fools.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Such is the way of things. Anyhow, no time to focus on past mistakes. Let's get to the end and get Irina out of sight.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to.
Yeah, we should probably head to the...
So he's head on.
Let's pick up the pace.
Yes. That would be advisable.
As you pass down the street, you notice you have been in this town several times around the evening, and you notice that the streets are usually tend to be relatively full until the sun is fully down. However,
It's empty.
it is empty. Windows and doors appear to be closed. People are watching you. The number of guards that walk the street has increased. And as before, there was normally a guard walking on their own. You don't see a guard alone. They seem to be walking in twos or threes as they roam the streets. A few of the guards look no older than teenagers in oversized armor as they glance around looking fearful. One of them, as you pass by, wasn't paying much attention to what was ahead of him. He sees Zabornik loom ahead of him, and you can see him fumble with his spear until one of the other guards tells him to calm down.
Hey.
And they march on.
Alright.
And finally, he's returned to the Blue Water Inn, which I have yet to pull from the archive.
You knew we would be going there.
I know, but it's a lot of work. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Stand by for inn.
Pretty much, yeah. Actually, drag these all onto the map too. And okay. So these arrive at the Blue Water. Specky for some reason is in the stables.
The fuck am I? Oh.
There.
Yes, we're there as well.
Usually people say that at the morning after they've been to the Blue Water, but okay.
Haragah starts walking faster. She wants to get inside. Like, she's like trying to, like, I wanted to like have it be that she's ahead of, if unless people are running, she's like not running, but she's taking big strides ahead of everyone, if that's possible.
Yeah, sure.
That's fine.
So let me get her ahead of y'all.
Irina kind of takes a moment to ensure she's properly hidden before she heads in.
And Haragah makes her way over directly to. I'm having trouble with the map. Is the barkeep the only person?
For now, there's two others on the other side of the room.
Oh, there they are.
Mm-hmm. So
Haragah walks. Sorry, go ahead.
The barkeeper is not really paying much attention. She's kind of fumbling with something under the counter. She kind of sees you in a peripheral as you approach. She says, "Alright, darling, what could I... Oh my god! Hello?"
And she looks right at the bartender, Haragah, and says, You bring me drinks and a proud woman.
What?
Haragah, it's really isn't that
And a
sort
proud
of...
woman.
They don't exactly do proud women here.
Well, welcome back. I can arrange something like that, but I have to say your friend's a little bit less subtle than most of our customers.
She's a little brash, but she's good.
She's foreign. Damn.
So are we. And yet we are.
She's foreign. It's cold as ice over there.
Okay then. I suppose that is something I can arrange. It's gonna cost a little bit extra, I'm afraid.
Haragah hands over an entire pouch of money.
How much money is that?
It's not a ton. She has. I can't really read it on the character sheet. It looks like does 29. It's like 29 triangles and 3 brown squares.
You have 29 silver and 3 coppers.
Yeah, that's what she hands over.
So
She just gives. It drops the whole thing.
Just under 3 gold.
Yep. She doesn't know.
Okay. I suppose give me some time to arrange that. I'll take it you want your rooms back.
Please.
Nice.
Will you be staying long?
Not sure how long. I'd say tonight, definitely.
Are there seats at the bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Haragah, one that's big enough for Haragah?
I would say
No?
there are a few sturdy ones there. So
Yeah, she takes a sturdy seat and just like kind of puts her elbows up and then buries her head in her hands.
I think your new friend has seen a few things.
I believe she has.
More than you can realize.
What I
Tell me,
gather,
what's
she's... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Zavarnik.
Yeah, just from what I gather, she's been out there alone for a few weeks.
Oh, I see. Alright. Well, I think I can arrange some comfort for her. Alright, usual room rates. We have the 2 beds, the 1 4 bed. Each room will cost you a gold a night. If you want breakfast along with it.
I'll take one of the 2 beds.
Alright.
I'll take, if the ladies don't, I'd bunk with Elaine, if that's not too much of a hassle. And Haragah can have her own room so she can have her companionship in peace.
Alright. Irina kind of walks over to Elaine and pats you on the shoulder and hands you a gold coin and then holds up 4 fingers.
4. I'm just a bit confused by this.
She points to Icy, herself, Zabornik, and Ez.
Yeah, and we're also having the 4. Yeah, we're also having we'll take all the rooms, basically.
Alright. I'm happy enough with that. Would you like anything to eat or drink for this evening?
Give me a largest cup of ale.
I think I'll be fine. I'm just going to take
Don't
Irina.
really have much in the way of ale. We do have wine. We've got the purple grape mash and we've got the red dragon crush. Or if you're
Bring me strong drinks. You bring me strong drinks.
Elaine just takes the key and now tries to usher Irene upstairs.
Simon, keep them coming.
As goes with you. Okay then. Alright. Just give me a... Alright. So she scurries about for a moment and gives you a pint of the red dragon crush, which is a silver per pint.
Clink.
Okay, thank you, darling. I'll take it you would like one too, Big Go?
You bring me strong drinks, yes.
Right. So she shuffles around and hands you one as well. Let's just say we'll take that out of your prepaid. How about you, little guy?
I'm not that good with my drinks.
Want your milk?
Nah. No milk, thank you.
Alright. Let me know if you're hungry. So while you're doing that...
What's your husband putting up on the table tonight?
Well, we got some nice fresh steak in, courtesy of the boys in the corner. Solazar holds up his mug and shouts, "You're welcome!" So we do have the wolf steak. We do have the usual stew and shenanigans. She kind of leans over Reister and peers over to Zabornik. I suppose we could put together a little leaf plate for you, my darling. I think we do have some carrots and veg and stuff.
That would be fine. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Right.
and I'll have a pint of purple grape mash
Okay.
my wolf steak.
Yep.
Alright, give me a few moments.
Now I have the wolf steak as well.
Alright, so that's 2 wolf steaks, the garden special. How about you, big girl?
Meat.
Meat it is.
So 3 wolf steaks.
She kind of leans into the kitchen and shouts up your order. And you hear ask for Elizabeth as well. And comes back and gives Haragah a large drink.
Haragah just starts pounding it back.
Okay.
Another mug. Clink.
Alright. Go easy, go easy.
I'm just picturing the scene.
Another one!
I hope you're knocking off your coins too, by the way, while we're doing this.
I'm not sure how. It doesn't let me seem to touch them.
Alright, well, we'll sort you.
Oh,
Just
I'm
note
gonna
that
do 0 and 0. I get it now. I made it work.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I say
She
gives
gave
you...
everything. She has no idea. She's just like handed over the couch.
So I say, you just slammed back that wine. Could you make me a constitution save, please? Okay, you're a little buzzed. You're fine. She gives you another pint.
It's a little bit fortified.
Okay. So while you are having your drinks upstairs, or downstairs, Elaine and Ez and Elrina has gone upstairs. So then, what's happening up here?
I help Irene off with the helmet.
Oh, that gets annoying after a while. Ugh.
I think probably best if you kept this helmet from now on.
I thought that was the intention, but yes, I understand.
He just kind of sits in the chair in the corner, just. Bloody idiot!
Are you right?
No, I just. There are 7 people dead because.
To be fair, you can't really be held responsible for the actions of a madman.
I know, but still. It's just. I should probably go speak to Father Lucian at some point.
I think that would be a wise idea. Everyone looks a little bit on edge in this town, and I think he may be the person who'll give us more, well, less biased information about what's happening. We've been away for quite some time.
Excuse me. Cough.
I'm sorry, Rena. I can't help but just feel guilty over what's happened.
It's understandable.
I know being paladin's not exactly easy, but sometimes being responsible for justice and everything like that just kind of gets a little difficult. It's not an easy path.
To be honest, I wouldn't really be sure. I'm not entirely sure what to say here.
Let's just say you just be glad I'm not a paladin of a god like Bahamut. They're incredibly strict.
I see.
Let's just say Selune is one of the gods who aren't as strict on the rules, so to speak.
Oh, that reminds me. She reaches into her pouch and her pack and pulls out your book. Do you want this back?
Well, if you've finished reading it, or
Well,
read the bits you wanted to check.
I checked through a few things.
He just gently takes it and puts it back in his bag. For getting shot in the face with poison gas was the perfect end to today.
Could have been the end of you, to be honest.
It takes more of a bit of poison gas to take me down.
Sometimes I'm not sure.
That's true. Maybe I am a little overconfident, but if I'm not confident, then who else is going to be?
You just kind of scratches her head. I honestly don't know.
I seem to be... Well, now that Haragah's here and decided Zabornak's leader, it's actually taking a bit of the edge off me, so...
To be honest, she's made the least rash decisions in the group.
Yeah, that's true. I was never meant to be a leader. My brother was... Well, I bundled off to a monastery as soon as I was old enough. Because my father hated the idea of his spare heir not being a powerful barbarian warrior.
Spare heir?
Yes, I've never been one... I never really quite fit in with the rest of my family. As my grandfather put it, I definitely inherited a lot more from my mother than I did from my father. My grandfather was supportive. I mean, he suggested sending me to be a paladin in the first place. But my father never really liked the idea. As a result, because I was a second son and not much use as a barbarian, I was a spare heir, so to speak.
Honestly, I can't really say I know how you feel. I was never going to take up the mantle. I was an adopted child. Yzmak was always going to get that responsibility.
I'll be honest, I don't mind not having the well, I hate to say it, but I don't mind not having the responsibility of being Duke of Gallahaba, but still, my grandfather always looked after me and he was always encouraging. My father, on the other hand...
Speaking of parents, can I have my Morning Lord symbol back?
Elaine takes it off and quickly hands it back.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine. See her look down at the engraving on the back of it, and she's drawing her thumb over it.
But no, I do know what it's like to receive things from your parents. Things that are important.
The worst thing is I can't even remember her face. I know my mother gave this to me, and I know I had it before my adopted father found me. But other than that, I can't remember anything about her.
Well, she must have been beautiful.
She kind of looks up at you with a knowing smirk. Very sly, Sir Elaine. Very sly.
Nothing sly about it, to be honest. Paladins aren't supposed to tell lies, remember?
I'm trying to think how Ez would react to this thing, but I can't think. It's like,
Are you two making kissy faces without me?
Probably. Yeah, he's been doing that to me a long time, dude. Don't worry.
Well, I admit that is something I do inherit from my grandfather, at least.
So it would appear. So what's your plans for tomorrow, then? I take it... Will you be able to hold yourself together if we go and speak to the Burgomaster?
I should be able to. It's going to sound strange, but the Wolf King has changed.
What do you mean he's changed?
He's a lot more like I remember my grandfather being. Not quite the same, but it's just something different about him. He's been like this since Raven Queen came into the picture.
You think she's been reining him in?
I don't know. I think it's more she's got rid of the one we were having problems with.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I think it's more that she got rid of the problematic one.
What do you mean the problem? How many are there in your head?
Just the one, but I think the Wolf King is supposed to be some kind of manifestation of my wolf totem. Maybe being a bit more at ease with my mother at least, has changed him into something else. Like he's been purified or something.
Okay then.
I've never really been able to get on with my barbarian side because of my father. So I don't know, this is just conjecture at this point. If I could actually speak to the Raven Queen, I might get some answers, but...
Well, she's talked to you before, maybe...
She didn't exactly talk to me directly. She didn't talk to me directly, she talked through a proxy, but... all I can do is hope I'll get hold of her somehow.
Well... perhaps we'll see.
Do you two need anything to eat?
No, we're fine.
Okay, well, I'll go and see how the others are doing. You two try and get some rest.
Alright.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, and I'm just going to make my way
Good
back.
night.
Good night, Ez. And I'm going to try and make my way back.
God.
Okay.
I'm just going to nip off for a second, though.
Alright. Now, while you are having this conversation upstairs... So, what's happening down in the bar was Zabornik and Icy were having a little conversation about the staff.
Yep.
Okay. So then, Haragah. As you are eating, you notice a dainty little woman come out of the side room. Danica looks up to her and nods and then points across the bar. She puts on a smile and saunters over behind Reister and puts her arms around his shoulders. I understand you were looking for a little bit of company tonight, darling.
Oh, it's not me who needs the company.
Oh.
I hope you can handle a woman who's twice your size.
What? He looks over at Haragah and goes, "Oh. Okay then.
Be gentle with her.
Me or her?"
She's gone through.
Yeah, who was that too?
Elizabeth, be gentle with her. She's gone through a little bit of a hard time recently, and
Haragah does notice
if she
this.
wants to talk, just listen, okay?
Okay. She kind of like prods
Haragah
you
kind
in
of
the
looks over at
back.
Reister with a bit of disgust, and then looks over to Elizabeth and nods.
I understand you were looking for me, darling. She sounds a
You're
little
proud.
unsure.
Sorry, go ahead.
She looks a little unsure as you are standing well above her.
Yeah, Haragah does stand up at that and says, "Yes, you are a proud woman.
I believe so, darling.
You tell me your story. You tell me good things."
Oh,
And then she kind of gestures like, "Let's go."
okay. I take it you have a room then? Yeah, darling.
Haragah seems-
Go up into the second one. She tosses a key over to Elizabeth. Okay then, so come with me.
Haragah just follows along, no problem.
Good night.
Good night.
So she takes you outside and leads you over to the staircase. And for the sake of brevity, I'm just going to pull you up.
Yep.
There we are. So you should now be on the next
Well,
map. Yeah.
well, I think I'm going to have to pay just to make certain everyone's good.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about me.
Things
Bit of wine, good
Yeah.
meal, and a good night's sleep. That's about all I need.
Don't want to make anyone hurt by the morning. If there's any extra fees coming up, just let me know.
What do you mean extra fees?
Elizabeth.
What's she gonna do? Those
Okay.
blades are only a few years old. If she's gonna break them, he's a paying for them.
Of course.
I think that'll be alright.
But I think she's going to be rather gentle. She
So-
knows how to touch a woman.
Danica just gives you this, like, really confused / disgusted look. It's like, I don't want to know how you know that. And quite frankly, it's not an image I want in my head.
It's not one that I want, but say. Now at least we share that.
Oh my god.
So, Elaine, you back down here.
Yes, isn't Luna just settling in upstairs?
Yeah, good. You've probably come across Haragah and her nightly company.
Yes.
Don't tell me she looked scared.
I wouldn't say so. I didn't really pay much attention.
Good.
I had something else on my mind.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah,
The Discord.
yeah,
I got that
I'm
okay.
sure this is adorable.
Aww.
Right over
A
here.
very gentle gorilla.
Anyways, back in character.
Okay, so
Right, Bucky, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any maids around here that could possibly wash my robe while I'm asleep? It's getting rather ripe after all the fights we've been getting into lately.
Well, I wouldn't say there'd be any maids. We don't usually offer a laundry service, but if you ask very nicely and pay for it, I suppose I could arrange something.
How much?
I'd say she kind of looks over your robe. About 3 silver.
Sounds fair. Crank.
All right. Let's leave it outside your door. I'll pick it up before I head to bed.
Alright, thank you much.
Okay. You alright there, Elgo? You haven't really touched your salad. Oh god, she's gone and died.
Now, I was thinking about getting out, I guess.
Over it.
Oh good.
Don't you beat yourself up over it.
Don't need another death in here.
Another death? Someone died recently?
Well, not
Another?
recently, no.
Oh, good.
Let's just
I
say
should have known
the
better.
first old person who sat quiet in the corner for a long time.
Get it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't think you need to worry about Zabornik, though. She is going to... I think she'll outlive us all, honestly.
Danica, how much is this for another round of drinks for these three?
If you want a picture, it will be... I have accidentally closed the menu.
Picture of what? The Red Dragon Crush or the purple...
Well, thanks to you lot, I now have enough to spare, so I can give you pictures. As I say, prices are on the chalkboard. She taps the board beside you.
1 gold for the Red Dragon Crush picture, or 3 silver for the purple grape mash.
I think I'll take the picture of Red Dragon.
Alright.
They're going to need a drink.
Expensive tastes, expensive tastes.
I believe it's more that they're going to need to drink.
And there's been... Though you know, Elaine, how good I handle drinks, I already had a grape mash.
Alright, make it a...
Turns back to the keg and starts filling up the pitcher.
Trust me, Lifestyle, you're going to need a drink.
And sets it on the counter. Alright, that's 1 gold, if you please.
Okay. Elaine hands over the gold and the gold for the room for the night as well.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, we need to split that, yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything. As usual, don't cause a miss.
Why don't I join you boys?
I think Zabornik, you best join us as well. I have something I need to tell you all.
Okay.
Don't tell me Wolfie is back.
No, that's not what I need to tell you, but I do have some news on him. I don't think he's going to be a problem.
Why is that?
Since the Raven Queen became involved, he's been different.
Explain.
I think it's going to sound strange, but he's supposed to be the totemic spirit of my family, my barbarian ancestry spirit, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I think my mother getting in contact with me helped me with quite a few issues I was having. So I think maybe Raven Queen's helped purify him, make him more like he's supposed to be, rather than that crazy thing we're used to.
And here I was hoping I could beat the snot out of.
There's another thing I need to talk to you about regarding my family.
Oh?
You remember how I said my grandfather was known as the Wolf?
Yes.
Well, that wasn't exactly him idly boasting.
So he was the king of wolves.
Oh no, it's just that he was basically a barbarian chieftain in his own country.
Yes.
He invaded Holborn, the country I come from.
Yes.
And as part of a peace agreement, the king of Holborn gave him the land that's now become Gelaba. So basically, my grandfather invaded another country, took his own little bit of it, and basically started working with the kingdom that was already established. This is where I advise you all get your glasses filled. So you just kind of topple everyone's glass. You recall how I mentioned my mother was a witch?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you understand how warlocks work in terms of magic.
Patronage.
Yes, they
Yes.
pay a patron for their powers, and
Well, it's always tradition for the Queen of Holborn to accept the patronage of this spear. I won't go into details because it's a bit boring, but basically my mother wasn't expected to take a patron. And then the Raven Queen showed up, and as a consequence I was born. My mother was the sister of the Queen.
so you're the.
I'm not exactly sure now because there's been a few births, but I'm something like 7th in line.
Ah.
Yes.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Basically, I'm technically a prince.
Oh, great.
With how much exactly? Nothing.
Worth how much exactly?
To be honest,
A
I was
prince's
shipped
ransom
off.
isn't as good as a king's ransom. But...
I was shipped off to a monastery, and I was had to become Duke of Galard before I even got anywhere near becoming a king.
Let's just put it this way. For the Crown Prince, we would get gold. For him, we would only get copper.
Pretty
Go,
much, yeah.
Elaine.
Yeah, I was just joking, anyways.
Oh,
To be
well.
honest, like I say, I was shipped off to a monastery when I was 11, so never really entered into my head that it'd be even relevant, so...
Yeah. You better stay away from that throne. It's very bad for the character.
I'll say.
Well...
I said well, it's been a while since I was home, but my cousin's not doing too bad.
Stay away from your cousin, too. I know what happens among royals and cousins.
Oh, don't worry.
I don't think he's going that way.
Oh, actually, I was going to say... No, my cousin's a good ruler. And of course, my brother's there to advise her as well, so...
She is not available.
No. Oh god, no. We don't do that sort of thing.
I am just asking.
I'm not quite sure she'd be your type, Reister.
Who knows?
Well, for one thing, she's... how are you with blondes with angelic wings?
Well, I enjoy a challenge.
We have definitely got to go back to Holborn at some point.
Maybe we will.
Let me tell you, Raster, there are some mountains that are not worth climbing.
Well, yes, that's what's
the greater the climb.
Right now. Sorry.
The greater the climb, the better the treasure you find.
Sometimes the air just gets thin. And there are goats.
Oh God, Larry!
No, not Larry!
They got Steve!
That was Larry, Barry, and Gary.
Yep.
Yes.
And Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Mary. The only female of the group.
Yes.
Anyhow.
I feel like I should roll a perception here.
What are you looking for?
She's just looking at my eyes.
Look in my eyes, what do you
Which I-
see? You see
Which I
that
believe she
Reister
notices.
is not a cult of personality?
Oh, good to know.
Usually, Rice's eyes were a deep blue. Now they're bluish-grey, almost looking like steel.
Hmm.
A little bit cold.
Zabornik notices but doesn't say anything for the moment. She just kind of raises her... I mean, she doesn't have eyebrows, but something like that.
Eye ridges?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Showed him
Something
some turtle
will
judgment.
Find some way to register her unapproving judgment.
Do I have something on my face, Bornek?
Oh no, it's I'm just lost in thought still. Was thinking about something far away.
Are you trying to see something, Sir Lane?
I'll just try to see if I can see what Zabornak can see.
You do not.
Obviously, he's doubting that she's still thinking of something far, far away. You want to challenge
Do
You
I-
just
do I-
know she's not telling the truth about what she's thinking about.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Should I roll deception? I don't know.
If you want to try and hide it, I would say roll perception.
Deception. Yeah, no. So now she knows that something is up, and he knows that she knows. And she probably knows that he knows that she knows.
Oh god. One of those situations.
I know that
Anyway,
you know that I know that you know that they know that this guy knows.
anyway, we still have we have 2 places. I would say we have to go in the morning. 3,
Yes.
we go to the church.
I wonder if there's a place in town where I can get the bottom of my frying pan severed.
Well, I mean, there's still the blacksmith.
Yeah, we'll see if he does that.
So, I presume we're going to head to the Burgomaster tomorrow morning.
Indeed.
At the risk of having to flee town immediately afterward, yes.
Well, I want to make a stopover at my friend's house. And I would
Oh.
like to have you with me just in case things might want to get a little bit messy.
You ain't
Yes.
going alone anyway. No way.
Personally, I think we could always get some reinforcements.
I wanted some reinforcement. I wasn't alone. I wasn't even intending to go alone.
I'm glad to hear
I
it.
was thinking of trying to persuade Father Lucian to join us.
I'm not certain Father Lucian could work necessarily, could help himself necessarily. Seeing how easy it was to take me. How easy it was to, well, bamboozle me.
If we're able to still be handy to have someone else there who can bring the light, so to speak.
Well, I think we have a lot of light. But first, let us talk to the Burgomaster. And put an end to the pointless carnage.
And with that heavy note, it appears to have brought an end to the conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
I should probably get some rest. I know I could do
Yes.
some.
How much is left?
Sorry, what was that, Icy?
How much is left in that jug there? A jiggle line.
There's probably enough for another whole pint. But I'm going to assume you are now going on to your 4th drink, so I'd like you to make another Constitution save.
Well, I mean, technically it would be 3rd. But I will.
You're doing good.
Elaine just
Dragonborn who can hold their liquor.
That steak seems to be soaking up the alcohol quite nicely. You've got a pretty good buzz going.
Elaine just kind of
Since back then.
empties the pitcher into Icy's mug.
I just slam it down in 4 gulps. Well, I don't know about you lot, but I'm tired.
Yes, agreed.
We should get a little bit of rest.
Who knows? I might get lucky tonight. Not in a bad way.
I was going to say nothing.
I'm hoping I'll get a message from from my fairy godmother, so to speak.
Well, she's trouble, I tell you. Bonnick, you gonna stay down here, or are you?
Yeah, I'm
Upstairs?
coming. I'm old. Give me a break.
Do I need to help the old lady across the street?
Not just up the stairs.
Yeah.
Keep going with that, Rach. You'll end up with that frying pan over your head. Okay. If you stop moving for the sake of brevity, I'll move you all upstairs.
Yep.
So it's just... Don't move or you'll end up in the nether like...
I've not moved, I've not
someone
touched it. My hands are away from the keyboard right now.
I still
Well,
haven't found your
Haragah's
token
in the
on that
second bedroom, so
Just in this one, Arista.
yeah. Pardon me, Bonnick.
Where are we?
Okay, I just
Not there.
start removing my
Have to.
I start removing my armor and
Right down here.
Nice tattoos.
Arena?
because I've still got my shirt on.
Yeah.
Yes, hello.
Should we have knocked a little bit sooner?
Oh, everything's fine. We weren't doing anything untoward.
Well, I'll just retreat into my shell so you can keep doing nothing.
How good's your passive perception?
Passive.
I have it here listed. You
13.
notice that there appears to be a little bit of blood around Arena's lips. And the deer skin from this morning is between the two of them.
You okay there, Elaine?
Yes, just
Looks like they partook in some of the raw meat that they saved from this morning.
Snack time for freaks.
Yes, I think I'm still just a bit sore from this afternoon.
Where did Icy go?
I don't know.
Oh, there you are.
Well, we're gonna have to deal with a few rather family issues in the morning. I will take great pride in dismembering them.
Believe me, I know exactly how you feel.
Oh, you have no idea.
I
And
don't really think.
He gives Elaine the toothiest of grins, almost looking like Ez grins.
I think you and Ez might be hanging out a little bit too much, Reister.
Oh,
You've actually brushing off on you in some way.
don't you worry about me.
I'm just going to discreetly cast Divine Sense?
Just like before.
I would say roll stealth to see if you can hide your hand movements. Wait, does it require semantic or is it just verbal?
It's not. Well, it's not really a spell. It's an ability. It's Anyways, presence of strong evil races on your senses like noxious odor and
you
powerful
don't need to
things.
make any hand gestures or movements for
Yes.
it, so that's fine. So Reister would
more like
notice you casting this.
It's really like it's like spider sense sort of thing.
It's still Reister, but there is a little bit different something about him. But there's nothing evil around it. Nothing.
So I know something's wrong. I know something's wrong, but
something's different, not necessarily wrong.
So, Reister, with you asking about my cousin,
Yes.
what exactly relationship did you have with Jocelyn?
She was my girlfriend, my to-be.
I see. I thought you were dead set that she was still alive.
Well, sometimes you have to keep other options open.
It's sensible. You're aware, I meant what I said. After we finished here, we'll head for Holborn. If we can find any information there, we probably will. I know someone we could ask if we could get close to them, but...
It's gonna be good being out of here.
Rather, I know of someone we could ask.
Oh. Don't tell me it's that woman you spoke yesterday.
The mistress.
She has a reputation.
Yes, I'm well aware of it, but if half of the rumours about her are true, then she probably knows a ridiculous amount.
But you know what they say, good information always comes at a price.
That's true, but still a good lead.
Yes, but the question is, are you willing? Is whether or not I'm willing to pay that price.
Fair enough, but the option's there.
And I'm very thankful for that. Though it might be for naught. If she's dead, she's dead. It's been quite a while since she had been taken, after all. So it is most likely she's no longer around, and I am a free and man. You've been looking very closely.
I would say that would be an insight as well.
Insight as well.
You know this is not the way he used to talk about her.
I see. I know that because he's within 10 feet of me, it can't be anything charm related. So... Okay, Reister. How long have you been thinking this way?
Whoa. It's
because a few days ago you were willing to do anything to get Jocelyn back.
Oh, that's the old Reister. Being in these realms has given me a different perception,
It started when the wolf bit you, didn't it?
You are very clever.
Don't think because I've got a handsome face, I'm a complete idiot. despite what certain events indicate.
Well, I don't think you're an idiot. You're a child running away, just like the others.
Running away? What from?
Your fate? Your future? The things that you feared would come true.
And what are those exactly?
Well, isn't it obvious? You are afraid of having to go commit to something.
Commit to something?
Yes. You're going around having 2 girlfriends. You're trying to wrestle with the burden of having a Wolf King and the Raven Queen at your neck. And it takes from you, especially the Raven, because I might look handsome as well, but I'm not stupid. You are trying to find who you should be.
All I know is, right now, who I should be is the person who kills Strahd.
Oh, just because you called for him? Don't think I have forgotten about that. Or rather, we have forgotten about that.
Perhaps. Don't forget, as long as he's alive, we're not getting out of here. Which means
True.
you're stuck here too.
True. And that is why I'm not standing in your way. That is why I'm helping you. Because I'm stuck here too, and I want out. I want out now that I can be out.
And I think you're trapped by your mother.
I'm not I was trapped by myself. Putting myself down. Keeping myself to the background. Making me background chatter. Do you have any idea how hard it is to be the voice that is there to protect you? And you are pushed further and further away back into the depth of your mind. Trying to help, yet you are not listened to. Oh, you don't know that. After all, you come from royalty, from nobility. You have always been pampered. You've never seen a prison cell other than to pull someone out.
You're right. I am nobility. And you were never thrown away. Because you didn't fit in with how your father wanted you to be.
Oh no, my father
Was a good man.
Yes. And I was a good person too. But then I was sent to prison for something that I did not do. One of the Baron's trinkets disappeared, and of course everyone points to the one with the pointy ears. I kept Reister safe. I kept us safe.
Then why are you referring to him as Reister? Who are you?
I too am Reister, but I'm no longer part of him necessarily. I am free to speak my mind. It is very complicated, I admit that.
You do realize I'll have to tell the others, don't you?
Of course. Of course. And everyone else will scream and shout and put rice and manacles and give me more. Because, you know what? He needs someone to keep him safe, to keep us safe.
And you don't trust me to do that?
Some of the best ideas we had, the party, came from me. Don't forget that.
And you don't forget that either.
Yes. So, is there anything else you want to know? Now that I'm out and about and free to talk.
Not really.
Well, maybe your girlfriend would enjoy talking to me. After all, you know that Irina has flirted with Paul.
I do.
Well, how would you feel about if I took her from you?
Elaine just kind of thinks for a second. That'd be her choice.
Well, I think she would need to come to reason to make that choice rationally. Oh, and by the way, I might not be around in the morning. After all, if Rice has got a good night's sleep, I will be pushed back into the depths of his mind until I'm called for again.
Just remember, your survival depends on us as much as on yourself.
Oh. And your survival depends on us as well. Both Reister and me, the better Reister.
That remains to be seen.
Oh. That I'm better? It is proven. After all, I did not kill anyone almost. I am smarter than him. Anyway, our goals are the same. We want out of here. We want to take revenge on those who imprisoned us. So that is why I'm helping you. Don't forget that.
Very well.
And with that, he flops onto the bed and goes to sleep.
Okay. Are you going to do anything about this, Elaine?
No, I'm just gonna try and sleep as well.
Alrighty then. So, everyone is falling asleep. Reister.
Yes. Which one?
You have a very restless sleep. As you find yourself awaking to something almost familiar. Give me a moment. Get in there.
Oh.
Get over there.
I would usually suggest someone say Odori.
Alright.
Oh, great.
So then.
No.
Find yourself in a crowd at the end of the docks. You hear the babble and rumor and mumbles as the burning husk is being nudged away from the rest of the ships and the docks. The tide brought it back in. It's now been anchored down and being left to burn.
Someone do something!
As you
Please,
say that,
anyone!
no one answers you.
We've got to do something about this. You can't just let my father die.
No one acknowledges you. As you watch, their voices seem to fade away until they're standing still and quiet.
Rice is half tempted to jump into the water. Rice is taking the plunge, jumping into the water and trying to ship, but he's pushed back by the tide.
You feel yourself being pulled back onto the dock. As you glance up, you see an adult version of yourself as you're just a small boy. He looks down to you with pitying eyes.
Please. You must help me help Father.
He shakes his head.
Why won't you help?
Nothing to be done, boy. You know it. And you know why. You shouldn't have been playing with that lantern.
I wasn't playing with that lantern.
You spilled the oil. You didn't tell anyone.
Rice is holding back tears.
You know that's why your mother hated you. That's why I had to look after you. It's still your fault. Always was your fault, and you know it. So then, what are you gonna do? You gonna stay there and cry?
Rasa weakly hits his adult self.
Oh, beating yourself up about it isn't gonna change it now, is it? So then, what are you gonna do? You're gonna hide away in your little cave and force me to look after you, after us. Of course you are. You always were pathetic, weren't you? The adult version stands up and just kind of glares down at you. Tell you what, why don't you just stay here and leave everything to me, as usual.
No.
What was that?
I said no.
Oh, you're going to have to speak louder than that, little one.
I said no, and he shoves his head on.
Oh, I see. You want to be the big man. Well, tell you what. Why don't you try and fix this first, and then we'll talk. He grabs you by the arm and tosses you off the dock into the water.
Rysa at that point never had learned how to swim
That's right.
properly.
You leave everything to me, as usual. Little weakling.
I'm not weak.
You try to call out to him, but the salt water's starting to flow into your lungs. As you struggle and thrash, the adult version of you just looks down with a disgusted face as you sink below the waves. And you wake, suddenly, back in your bed as Reister again.
Ah. Yeah. Of course. Well, I didn't expect you to do any better than that. And with a grin, Ryster turns, facing the wall, and goes back to sleep.
Okay. So then, while that's going on, the maps hate me. They hate me so much. Come on. Everything's freezing up.
See how Jurnis is disrupting the $1 billion a year GM industry. Maps hater.
Yeah, I think we need the levity now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Yeah, the levy wouldn't do much. The levy is dry.
Certainly.
Hence
Where'd he
why
go?
I didn't put a chivy in the levy.
You find yourself in a familiar glade.
Good back to the usual meeting place, I see.
Yes. Well, it's easier. I understand you've been looking for me for some time. I'm sorry, I was away dealing with other issues.
I'm glad to finally meet you, since you're basically my godmother.
It's the messenger again, not the raven.
Oh, the messenger. Right. See if my fairy godmother has been listening out for me then.
As best she can.
I'm
Much
trying to desperately
like
remember.
your other patron, she's having trouble reaching in here.
I'm trying to give up my end of the bargain, and Marina's doing well. So far this arrangement seems to be working quite well for both of us.
So it would seem. Sadly, Kiri, as you called her, is blocking your other patron's influence for now.
Let's see.
It's something that can be maybe resolved in time.
I'll have to discuss with Verena, see if I can try and get her to let Kiri have a little bit of time off, so to speak.
Perhaps Wait until the full moon has passed. She's already having trouble controlling some instincts.
Agreed.
Now then, you asked something of me before. I did what I could, but I'm afraid the information you seek is rather obscure.
In what way?
Well, the ritual you mentioned is thousands of years old. It originated in the country of Chult.
I see.
The way you described it doesn't quite match, though. I have had scholars who follow our mistress search for many days. They keep referring back to this one source.
And the source is?
Seemingly a cult, worshipping something called Anulazil. We haven't a translation for that name yet.
Is there any idea what Anulazil could be?
The writings are old, fragmented. Seemingly, she was known as the God Eater.
Anulazil the God Eater.
She was rumored to have been the child of your patron's sister.
My patron's sister?
Jurnis is unprepared and has forgotten the name. Bear with me. I'm so sorry I've ruined it.
Which one? First off, which patron, and then which sister?
I'd say, given the conversation so far, the messenger's meaning Salune.
Yeah. Oh. So we're talking about the sun goddess.
Bear with me.
We can always come up with a new name.
I have it in Dennis's. Hang on. But yes, the ritual that we know today does transfer powers, but its original use was something else.
By the way, it's Shar.
Yes, it is Shar. Using some aspect of Shar's power.
Shar's power?
As I said, it was many, many thousands of years ago, and the power appears to have been stolen from her.
I see.
At least that's what the writings imply.
So this God Eater stole Shar's power and used it to create these unique abilities.
Yes. It seemed she gathered quite a following. Whether they were slaves, warriors, is unclear, but they cast down many followers of Shar.
Why do I get the feeling that doesn't make us automatically friends?
We don't know what happened to her. The cult disappeared. We have some references to many great battles, but nothing solid. I still have some of my patron scholars investigating.
I see. So, so there's not much luck on how to complete the ritual.
As far as I can see, he reaches into a small pouch in his pocket and pulls out a small sheet of notes. It looks like the ritual in itself was performed as intended.
Performed as intended?
At least in its original form.
So a ritual was improved by this God Eater?
No, it was created by the God Eater.
Created by God Eater.
And it looks like its original purpose was to create thralls, for a lack of a better word. This ritual exists in the modern day, but doesn't impose the master's will.
I see. So how do we fix this?
The ritual was completed. It was done.
So how do I help Irina to get rid of this enthralled status?
That I'm not sure about. All the writings we have of these thralls is gone. They appear to have gone completely missing along with this Anulazil. Whatever happened, they're either long dead and forgotten.
See.
Ignore that.
At least it's better than knowing absolutely nothing, I suppose.
You should be wary of where the source of this ritual was.
I have to ask. Did any of these writings contain Draconic?
Some celestial. Most were written in the language of Chult.
Celestial and Draconic. Were there any references to a Coatl?
There were some references to a great serpent trying to usurp Shah's power. There are those who believe that the stolen power of Shah was used with some knowledge from this serpent to empower Anuzil.
And was she of his blood?
There is very little surviving information on this Anuzil.
Nothing descriptive?
Nothing.
I see. All I have at this point is conjecture, but...
Only that when she's written of, they tend to spite or curse her name. It seems she cut a bloody swath through the country. stealing magic, consuming artifacts.
And souls. What about souls?
They believed she was feeding upon their souls. That is a bit of academic debate at the moment. Well, I say at the moment. The last time this was debated was several hundred years ago. As I say, these are from thousands of years ago.
This is a conversation I'm not looking forward to having. I have my suspicions.
I don't like the look upon your face, child.
I think I've discovered a few things that I'm gonna have to tell someone. I don't think they're gonna like it too much.
Oh.
Someone I care for very deeply.
Well, I'm sorry that you'll have to tell her she's stuck in this thrall position.
It's not the person in fraud I'm worried about right now.
Well,
It's the person who did me enthralling.
that is concerning.
She doesn't even realize what she's done.
Perhaps she knew the ritual and did not know its purpose.
That's what I'm
Perhaps
believing.
she performed it incorrectly, without the new safeguards.
That's what I'm thinking. She remembered how to do the ritual, but someone else may have found a way to perfect it, to make it safe.
It has not been used in my knowledge in some time, but it does not appear to be an ability that is publicly approved of. Creatures like myself are not welcome in polite society.
If what I'm thinking is possible, then the person in question isn't exactly welcome in polite society either.
I don't follow your logic, but this is the information I found.
I wonder about it. It's just rumors. But thank you.
Shall I keep our scholars looking?
If you can find a way to undo this enthrallment, then it would be much appreciated.
Any control of the mind can be broken with strengthening.
That's true. There's also something I was meaning to ask about. My mother.
Oh?
Is she safe?
Yes. She asks the same of you most days.
I don't know, Can you let her know I'm dealing with things a little bit better than I was? And that my fairy godmother has helped a great deal.
You do know she finds that nickname very amusing.
I say it's quite apt given the Raven Queen is of the Fae and a goddess, so...
She seems to find it rather apt. But our time grows short.
Of course. Thank you.
Well, Sleep well, dear champion. We'll speak again.
Of course.
And with that, the creature ahead of you flaps its wings. You're engulfed in darkness and find yourself staring at the roof of the Blue Water Inn once again.
That was certainly an interesting meeting.
Okay.
I was going to look over towards Rice. Reister. Trying to gauge who's in charge at the moment.
He has turned his back to you.
He just discreetly gets out the penny whistle. And starts playing one of the songs from that bardic leaflet.
Roll stealth.
I was going to say.
Are you intentionally playing terrible?
Guess I got 15 on performance.
You played
Yes,
rather
that's why I'm asking
beautifully, but not as softly as you intended. Reister, you are aware of music, and you're slightly awake now.
Well, what is it?
I'm just wondering
Who played this early in the day?
I'm trying to work out if it's you in charge or you.
Well, whoever is in charge right now, they would probably want you to stop playing, just so I can get a little bit more shut-eye.
Fair enough. I just put the whistle away at this point and just... I'm just going to get a quick bit of fresh air.
Just don't call on anyone you don't want to.
I've already had one conference call this evening. And I've got some rather disturbing information. That can wait for now.
Right.
Elaine's just going to kind of stand at the top of the stairs and just get a few breaths of fresh air.
Alright. As you look out, it is pretty dark. You glance up at the moon, and it's relatively high in the sky. You assume it is probably about 3 in the morning. Are you going to do anything while you're right here?
Not really, just get a few gulps of fresh air and go back to bed.
As you're turning to go in through the door, you hear hushed whispering, and you see out in the distance several cloaked figures scurrying off between houses.
Can I roll perception?
You can.
Trying to see if I recognise the cloaks. If there's anything that can give them away as to who they could be.
The cloaks are crimson red, and you see the flash of daggers.
So there's no insignia on.
Not that you can see in the darkness.
Can I try Divine Sense?
You can.
Okay.
What's the range on that? 60 feet?
60 feet.
They're too far away.
Can I just walk back in and go straight back into the room? Reister,
Yes.
we may have a problem.
Don't tell me we have company.
We don't, but outside I saw men in red cloaks, hooded cloaks, daggers, scurrying between the houses. I couldn't quite see anything to identify them, but pretty sure that's not good.
Yes, might be someone who's lynching.
Possibility. Question is, do we shore ourselves up in here, or go out and try and find out what's going on?
Well, as much as I don't like it, I can just try getting there and figuring out, listening in.
I feel I should come with you.
Then you should probably not wear any heavy armor.
Good point. Elaine just grabs Blight's Bane, tucks it into his belt. I'll
Right
take my
after
shield,
you.
though. Okay.
Right after
You
you.
say, what will this make my AC now, without the splint mail?
Without your splint mail, it would take, let me just look at your sheet real quick. It would take your AC down to 14.
14, and I've got my shield with me, so I'll take it to 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, let's go.
Okay. So then, where do you want to head out to?
Where did we see where were the hooded robes heading to?
Okay. You noticed, just let me get the map up. As you were glancing out over the... Come on, Spaggy. There we are. As you were glancing out, you noticed the people in the red robes scurrying between these houses over here.
Yeah. So I'd say we probably get to about there.
Given that
So
the
you've had
watchers
full-
are over there,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be surprised if they are working either with them or against them.
Seems most likely. Can we see anything around the Loctors?
Roll perception for me.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay. Elaine, you can't see much. However, Reister, you see signs of a struggle in the alleyway opposite you.
Looks like they're lynching someone over there.
Can you see anything?
I
Anything
see struggles, but I can't particular. I can't see magically everything.
We should probably... Like I said, we're going to try and get a little bit close to about there.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's head there.
I would say at this point now, I'd like you to roll stealth.
Stealth.
Okay. You managed to get over there with no problem, Reister. Elaine, you have to take your time, but you managed to get there as well. As you enter into the alley behind the house, you find a mountain, just a ton of wet footprints in the mud around, as it looks like there was a lot of people here and they had all left in multiple directions. You see footprints to the north, to the south, to the east. You see a number of knives clattered on the ground, most bloody. Leant against the far house in the corner, you see 2 guards slumped against the wall.
We rush over to them.
Okay.
So before you do, I just grab your arm and just go, wait a minute.
Trap?
Could be. Did we see any guards on the way here?
You walked 2 streets. You saw guards walking north towards the gate on the road, as well as guards You didn't see them, but you saw the light of the patrolling guards south. There are none nearby, as far as you're aware.
So if I called for them, would any be able to hear?
You don't know.
Also, they would probably put us in with the criminals.
Well, not really, because we've been told by the Burgomaster to investigate, so basically we are investigating while we're here.
Still, I mean, they see us at a scene of a crime.
Yeah, but if we call for them, we've called for them, so...
Yes, and then they turn out to be Crimson guys, yeah.
Don't mind me. I just forgot to put this here earlier on, so I'm just changing it real quick. But go on.
I still think we should call for them.
First, I'm going to check whether or not the
I'm sorry,
hiding
you
in
cut
the
out there. What
shadow.
are you trying to say?
I'm trying to see whether or not someone is hiding in the shadow, waiting to jump.
Glance around.
Anyone.
The square is fairly open, and the light of the full moon does give you a fair bit of light. You don't see anyone there aside from the two guards.
Okay, I use another divine sense to try and see if anyone's there.
You don't sense anything.
Okay, right. I just yell out, "Guards!"
Okay. You make a powerful yell, and you hear the yell echoed from the north, and you hear flurries of armored men running. You see the light of torches approach you from the north, and some more coming from this road as they enter.
I just look at them and just go, good thing you got here.
What's going on?
There are some men skulking around in red robes carrying these daggers, but
Did you pick
we've been
them up
darting
or
through the... No, we've not touched them.
Okay.
They've been skulking around. All we know is they've killed two guards. They maybe trying to kill more people here.
As soon as you said red robes, all of the guards pulled their swords and started looking around. What do you mean? How many of them were there?
I say, was I able to count them?
What was your perception at the top of the thing? You got a nat 20. I would say you saw 4.
I saw 4 of them. Could be more.
Given by the footprints, might have been more.
Did you see where they went?
I believe they scattered.
Yes.
God damn it. Alright. He goes over and starts barking orders to the other guards. One of them goes over and checks the other 2. Glances over to the captain, shakes his head. Just like the others. Completely slaughtered.
What's going on?
It seems we have an issue with a cult showing its face.
Cult?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Not personally,
no.
How long have you been out of town?
A few days ago.
About a week.
So you left just before all this stuff happened then?
Yes.
Yes, and I know how it looks.
I'll do you now. And tell me, how do you think I'll see this?
I think it is very obvious that you think we do. I assure you we don't.
Roll persuasion. Now that's a spectrum and a half.
Yeah.
So he looks over you, and he kind of brings his torch closer. Oh, you're that paladin bloke. Well, Burgomaster has been looking for you.
I know, we required some rest before we met up with him tomorrow.
Yeah, he's been looking for you for a few days. He thinks you'll be able to help him with this bloody lot.
Rest assured, we intend to.
Look, just watch your back, alright? These people have been causing a lot of bother. They've been murdering guards and good folk around the town. And there's been talk of them trying to bring in other things. If you see anyone in a crimson robe, you run that sword right through their heart, you hear me?
I've got my sword on me, I've got my axe.
Well,
Right then. Axe on the neck then.
Take the head off.
we'll take
Definitely.
great care that they will be able to sink their teeth into this town.
When you say sink their teeth, he kind of narrows his eyes at you. Look, mate, I think you better learn to read the bloody room.
Let's just say we've uncovered facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, unless you can have any other information to help me find these bloody murderers, perhaps you should go back to where you've run.
Given that they've been dead for only a few minutes, will we be able to use cure wounds on them? Healing word?
I don't think we'd be able to.
As you say that, the guard captain looks over to the man who's examining the other guards, and he kind of shrugs, says, stabbed multiple times. There's no way they could survive us. It's just like all the others.
And spare dying only works if they're still alive, so...
Yes, and unfortunately they're already dead.
So they're getting bolder then.
Yeah.
To attack two of them. This is getting very uncomfortable. All right. Look, I don't really have much men in the way to babysit you, but how about you head back to the inn? We'll take you back and make sure you get in nice and safe.
Don't worry about
Go
us.
talk to the burgomaster.
Don't worry about us.
I mean, it would take you off of your duty. We'll take care of ourselves. If we get ourselves, then it's our fault. You have no.
Or rather, it's their fault.
Yes, if we run into crimson, we don't want you to get him.
All right. Well then, I have work to do. Head you off. He sheathes his sword
Good
and he
night.
goes into the courtyard and starts looking around, picking up some of the daggers, and just basically investigating the scene. As you head away from the alley, you notice more guards are starting to converge in the area and spread out. They're starting to shout around at each other, and you see some lights starting to come on in the houses. People peering out their windows and then pulling them back in.
So now we know why everyone's so jumpy.
Indeed.
Yes.
And I have a feeling we know who's responsible.
Of course. We have two people who are responsible. One of them is a Holtzy boy,
Indeed.
and the other one sits in a castle.
Master, I know you have your misgivings about the Raven Queen. But she's brought me some...
Misgivings?
Yes, but she's brought me some interesting information. I need to consider it first, but it's something I have to speak to Ez about.
Look, and I didn't want to alert you. There is a little bit of a rumor about me. And when I was very young, I was shunned by other elves, by the high elves as well as the wood elves.
What happened?
Oh, nothing I did. I presume you've heard that from me way too many times now. There's the rumor that someone in my family, someone, was a drow.
I don't understand how that can cause problems.
Yeah. I know it's only a rumor, and if someone were to look through my family Gesundheit history, they would probably find whether or not that is true. I suspect even the abbot has seen it. How close he examined me.
All I know is I trust you.
Well, thing is, I don't trust myself.
Okay.
Well,
You
for
return
now,
to the blue water.
we best just rest.
Yeah.
And that, I believe, is where we will end the session for the night.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Some developments today.
Much
Yes.
intrigued.
Okay. That was a lot more fun than I was thought. So then, usual shenanigans, play the game.
I think Haragah threatening the wolves, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Thought about my fireball.
Yeah.
That's the second time
Yep.
Haragah has killed, moved, killed.
Yes, she's a KMK person.
Fumble of the game.
Ooh, where
Pulling
to
the block.
start?
Pulling the wrong block.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's too bad you guys didn't. Sorry, go ahead.
That's the thing. I knew what I was thinking in my head of when you mentioned the mortar. Some of these stones we can move. I just picked the wrong bloody one.
You're
pick any-
vastly overthinking it.
Well, we were thinking almost in way that doing a little dance, doing a little move.
Yeah.
If Haragah had been able to do it in the course of things, she was going to say, "Go grab the ones that are pointing to each other."
The thing is, though, if you hadn't have gotten the right one the next time, the letter would have been lost.
Oh.
That would be bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you probably
We wouldn't
never
be
would
able
have
to find the temple.
The annoying thing is, as soon as I got shot in the face, I just realised, oh god, it's that one, isn't it?
Well, Haragah's not exactly the smartest, but that was going to be like her simple, like if you guys had to ask, she was going to be like, the arrow's pointing together. That one, try that one.
Mm.
Well,
Oh dear. Thoughts,
my
theories,
personal
or,
favourite, of course.
discoveries?
Yeah, Elaine is going to have a very interesting conversation with Ez at some point soon.
Everyone's gonna distrust Reister soon.
It seems advisable right now.
I don't know if Haragah's going to distrust Reiser.
Yeah, Elaine's...
Not any more than she's already doing.
Yeah,
Elaine kind of knows what's going on, but so he still trusts Reister, but he's keeping an eye on him.
He's made clear that he's having the kind of plans as you do.
Alright then, so
The
we'll
Reister
end that
2.0.
there. We'll go down the list then. So it's going to be a good night from me, a good night from Creature,
Good night.
a good night from D,
Good night.
a good night from Derkorg,
Good night.
good night from Icy.
Good night, everyone.
Aw, broke the chain. And a good night from Sephi.
Good night.
So then, we'll see you next week for more Curse of Strahd. I have no idea what I'll be playing tomorrow. We'll see closer to the time. But until then, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.